entire life. I feel something inside of me. Rage.
Oh, nice right hand there for Priest, and he's really sitting down on his punches.
Who am I? I'm Eric Priest.
Wow, that's a beautiful right hand. Oh my.
Like a big, big shot.
Wow. Boom.
And that's it. And it's over.
Golden Boy Fight Night, let's go.
The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. Make some noise if you are ready.
Golden Boy Fight Night is on the air tonight from Los Angeles, California. Some of Golden Boy's brightest prospects are on display. We're at the Commerce Casino and Hotel for our first show of 2025. It will be a tremendous year of boxing on DAZN. The main event, a 10-round super middleweight strap, undefeated Eric Priest headlines his first show ever against Tyler Hercules Howard of Tennessee. The co-main event, Jordan the Patriot Panton makes his Golden Boy debut against Pettis of South Carolina. Also tonight in the 154-pound division, 19-year-old from Coachella, Grant Flores looking for his 8th win against the veteran David Lobo Ramirez of Costa Rica. Before that, 18-year-old Griffith, also from Coachella in the same gym as Grant, takes on the veteran Mark Misiura of Scranton, Pennsylvania. And in the super bantamweight division, Jordan Fuentes from Fresno, California will take on Brandon Badillo in another 4-round fight. And to get things going, our opener should be a good one. Super featherweight division, Leo Bazooka Sanchez against Joseph Cruz in a 6-round battle here on Golden Boy Fight Night. It's the first Golden Boy Fight Night show of 2025. 6 good fights coming your way. A lot of fun to see the next stars of the sport of boxing. You can see them tonight. I'm Beto Duran inside of the venue alongside 147-pound contender Alexis Rocha and the 112-pound queen, undefeated, undisputed, unified champion Gabriela Fundora, who is making her broadcast debut. Gabriela, it's a little bit different on this side of the ring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice seeing the other side. It's nice being outside the ring.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun tonight as you're showing off the bling over here. I mean, you got the WB sit on the... Yeah, what are you going to do? Alexis, it's good fun here. Always good working with you. These shows are what it's all about, giving these young kids an opportunity to shine, isn't it?
It's always a great time working with you, Beto. It's going to be a heck of a fight night. Let's go.
All right, the main event is Eric Priest. He's undefeated, signed by Golden Boy, and he's been asked to be the main event. That's what this Golden Boy Fight Night's all about giving these young prospects an opportunity to shine. And Alexis, you've been there, done that. Main event, fight for the big titles. What's the best advice you give Eric Priest when he headlines?
My best advice is tune in all the outside noise, all the cameras, all the lights. Just go in there, forget about the pressure. The only pressure that should matter is the pressure that you put in yourself. Go out there and have fun.
And Gabriela, you've never been the main event, but you are a world champion. But you know what it's like as you're building up, getting to that spot. What advice do you have for Eric Priest?
I think just to put on a great show, maybe get a knockout, and continue to shine. You know, that's how you keep that main event status.
You want to continue to get the main events, and you want to be the Saturday night main event, eventually one day fighting for the world title. What do you want to see from Eric Priest tonight?
I like to see knockouts. I think everyone wants to see knockouts, you know. But just have fun in there, you know. Do whatever you've been practicing in the gym and put it out there tonight.
Alexis Priest, you know, everybody wants to see the knockout, just like the champ said. It's easier said than done, though. What do you want to see in the development of Eric Priest tonight?
I want to see Eric Priest go out and make a statement. I want to go and see him take this guy, this veteran, out in deep waters and go in and give this guy his first knockout loss.
The last couple of fights for Eric Priest have gone the distance as the competition's gotten harder. And heck, he was very honest in his last assessment, his last couple of fights, that he had opponents that weren't willing to exchange with him. He's not going to have that trouble tonight. Golden Boy does a good job of developing young fighters, especially in the middleweight division. Over the years, you've seen who they developed into champions. Canelo Alvarez started his U.S. career with a Golden Boy. Of course, Bernard Hopkins fought Oscar De La Hoya, partner here at Golden Boy. David Lemieux was also under the Golden Boy banner. And and most recently, Jaime Munguia was a champion for Golden Boy. So, Alexis, when you want to climb and when you want to get there, Eric Priest said, I'm the future at 160. He's very confident in himself. What does he have to do to say, open up some eyes tonight?
Eric Priest could be the future of the middleweight division. He's got to go out there and just lock in and just go out and have fun and make a statement.
And his opponent tonight, they call him Hercules. This is the weigh-in yesterday. Howard Gabriela, he was very, very confident at the fighter meeting, saying that Priest isn't on his level, that Howard has fought better competition, and that he hits harder. You know what it's like now to have the target on your back. Priest tonight, there's no way he can overlook Howard.
Oh, of course not. You know, this guy's a strong fighter. So I think he just has to continue having that moment and take it all in, and then he will continue to be main event.
That'll be later on tonight. 6 fights coming your way here at Golden Boy Fight Night here on a Thursday in January. There's 3 of us here. Who's the 4th member of our crew? Our ringside reporter, Randy Flores.
It's poised to be a great night of boxing featuring Tyler Howard and Eric Priest as the main event, and all for a great cause. As Los Angeles continues to recover from those devastating wildfires that have swept across Los Angeles County, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Boxing Promotions has pledged to donate 100% of tonight's ticket sales to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation in an effort to continue and support those firefighters who are working tirelessly to this day on the front lines fighting those fires. And Eric Priest told me that in learning what this main event and all the ticket sales going towards the LAFD, he said it means so much more to him, and how now he feels like he's fighting for something bigger. In fact, Priest is a Kansas City native, although he's made Los Angeles his home. He was almost impacted. He had to evacuate his Santa Monica home, although thankfully he did not have to evacuate and not return to a home, as his home is still left standing. And he says that he owes so much to these firefighters. Seeing the Los Angeles community come around to support them has been wonderful. And the LAFD Foundation is actively seeking funds to help equip their members battling wildfires with urgently needing tools and supplies. You can help the LAFD firefighters save lives and protect property during these troubling times. Please donate at supportlafd.org.
Thank you, Brandy. And all the proceeds from tonight going to charity. Great job by Golden Boy Promotions. Let's look at the tail of the tape for our first fight tonight. I was going to get going with Bazooka, Leo Sanchez. He's the younger fighter and the shorter fighter, and he's also the undefeated fighter for tonight. Cruz, coming from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, is a veteran of 21 fights.
Thank you.
Our ring announcer for tonight, Joe Martinez.
Well, that means a very good evening and welcome to Commerce Casino here in Commerce, California. And an exciting night of world-class boxing tonight. All brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. This evening is sponsored by BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts, and Relock Season. And now fight fans were set to go 6 rounds this schedule in the super featherweight division. And first to make his way to the ring from Sonora, Mexico, here is Joseph Cruz.
Joseph Cruz Brown is his name, a veteran from Sonora, Mexico, Ciudad Obregón, where City Salido would be from, and where Golden Boy prospect Terror Cabrera is also from. So this would be a good fight for this one. This is a tough dude. Alex, you remember him? He fought your stablemate, Johnny Cañas, in Vegas not too long ago.
Yeah, I definitely remember him. Tough, durable guy that comes to likes to bang, likes to mix it up, even box as well, but don't take his resume lightly, because this guy comes to fight.
Yeah, he saw you in the back in the locker room, be like, yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
Got the call about a week ago. He stays ready in the gym. He's I'll have gloves, I'll travel.
Always ready.
Dangerous guys.
And next to make his way to the ring, his undefeated opponent from Cathedral City, Leo Sanchez.
Leo Sanchez. Bazooka is his nickname, a nickname given to him by his grandfather. He's knocked out his last 6 opponents. He's with Joel Diaz out at Coachella, the Joel Diaz training camp. They'll be busy tonight. They're going to have him, Grant Flores, and Caden Griffith on the show tonight. Promoted by Miguel Cotto. He and his brother Tito Sanchez, both with Cotto Promotions. Y saludos a toda la gente que está mirando en Puerto Rico. Saludos a Miguel Cotto y Brian and all the crew.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division, and it is presented by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with Conco Promotions. The 3 judges scoring at ringside: Jerry Cantu, Ivan Guillermo, and Fernando Villarreal. And inside the ring, your referee in charge, Rudy Barragan. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks, he weighed officially 129.5 pounds. Here's the 21-fight veteran from Sonora, Mexico. Here is Joseph Cruz. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the right corner. Wearing tonight black trunks trimmed in gold. He weighed in 129.75 pounds. In 7 fights, he stands perfect with 7 victories. No defeats, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super featherweight from Cathedral City, the Bazooka, Leo Sanchez.
Center ring, guys, center ring. Center ring. I gave you guys your instructions. Ya le di las instrucciones. Okay? Obedezcanme todos los tiempos. Obey my commands at all times. Okay? Good fight.
6 fights coming your way. Golden Boy Fight Night. There you see, undefeated
Andy, good.
Leonardo Sanchez. Just call him Leo. That's what everybody calls him. His opponent, Joseph Cruz Brown. He said, I'm just Joseph Cruz, bro. Let's go. As we open up the show
Let's
here.
go, guys, box.
Commerce, California, not too far from downtown Los Angeles, the headquarters of Golden Boy Promotions. The southpaw is Sanchez, 7-0, 6 KOs. It's his opponent, Jaguar, a veteran of 21 fights. And there's the body work immediately. Gabriela, when we spoke to him in the back, he said, I'm going to the body right away, and you'd love that.
Of course, yeah. He keeps working the body, and he actually said his name, he wants to be called like Bazooka.
Yeah.
He's showing it. He's showing it already. First round off, he's already throwing those bombs.
There's a left hook from Bazooka Sanchez. Alexis, I know you know this young man a little bit. You've been seeing him on the Golden Boy Fight Nights. He said, I've been starting slow. He's not doing that right now.
Yeah, I love the development of Leo. He comes in always patient, but now he's coming out pretty aggressive. Nice body shots. He loves digging onto the body.
He's a good opponent. Adam Carrera and Joel Diaz Sr. in the corner for Sanchez. Cruz has San Moreno and Alfredo Diaz in his side. This was scheduled for 6 rounds. Upstairs is going Sanchez in the gold and black.
Sanchez is coming to work right now.
Yep.
He actually means what he says. He's coming aggressive.
Staying on him, staying on him.
You can hear the thud of the punches from young Leo Sanchez.
This is going to be an interesting test for Sanchez because Cruz has hardly been stopped. He goes the distance with every undefeated prospect out there. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can pull off tonight.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Both men are just throwing some nasty uppercuts in there.
You hear the thuds. You hear the thuds.
Both these fighters coming back and forth.
Looks like it's going to be an early night depending if he continues throwing those palms.
Stop. No punching. No punching.
And eventually, Lex, you saw Cruz fighting your stablemate Johnny Cañas. And he gave him a good work.
Johnny would crack him, and this guy would just look at him and smile and keep working. He'd get a hit and answer right back.
Wait, come on, stop it. Stop.
Rudy Barragan, the 3rd man in the ring. More body work from...
Nice left hook to the body.
Back and forth.
Cruz.
There comes Cruz back with.
Look, guys that have 21 fights and an ugly record and they're only 24, you got to be careful with them.
You got to be careful with anyone that hits you back. You got to be careful with. But this is beautiful work by Sanchez, and also Cruz showing that he's no walk in the park. He comes.
There's that hook from Cruz now.
He gets hit and he answers right back immediately.
Step back. Let's go.
This is just the first round as well. Both these men are landing another already.
People with a 2-hour drive from Coachella. Cruz upstairs with the right and a left. 10 seconds to go in the opening round. A good scrap here. Golden Boy Fight Night starting the show on a Thursday with some heat.
Kicking off 2025 pretty good.
Time! Hey. Ya, ok, mira, se encierra el güey. Acabas de decir algo, se encierra el güey. Cuando está encerradito, mira, va. Ey, cuando te le metas, métete aquí y luego aviéntale ese pinche volado. Cuando te metas a la derecha, pica la.
Let's look at some replays from that opening round. We found some good ones, Gabriela.
Oh yeah, he right away to the body. You see him working, and Cruz is coming back too with his own shots. But I think the very first round it came off, Sanchez was just working that body and working those hooks and just throwing them bombs away.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining first round.
Respira.
Two.
After this, it's going to be Jordan Fuentes, the Brazen Bull from Fresno. We're going to wait towards the main event of Eric Priest and Tyler Howard. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be on DAZN or the Golden Boy YouTube.
Right away, you see Sanchez just coming back in. Continue working on the body.
Dig into the body. And that's smart from a young fighter. You want to invest in the body very early on to get him tired out for those later rounds.
Yeah, completely different approach from Sanchez tonight. But his last fight against Janelle Lausa, he stopped him in the 4th round, but the first 2 rounds, let's just say nobody was really into it because it was slow and methodical. Way different tonight.
And that's the thing with young fighters. You love seeing the development, and that's when you put them on these Golden Boy Fight Night cards, because this is how you put them in tough against tougher opponents that never been stopped, and they go and they keep giving you impressive rounds.
Yeah, they could continue to grow.
Exactly.
Let go his arm. Stop! No more punching, Back up. There you go. Come on. Let's go.
The opposing his will, just making it a tough man competition. He's got to set up some shots. He's throwing every bomb. He's living up to his nickname, but Cruz is looking at those shots. He knows what to expect when Leo Sanchez is throwing those bombs. You should just loosen up and
push down.
Push down.
Right there on top of it.
Okay? All right, listen.
Well, Gabriela Cruz is landing a couple hooks upstairs, isn't he?
Oh yeah, every time Sanchez goes and it works, the Cruz is still coming back with his own shots of his own, like right there. He just came back.
Slip up to the body. These are thudding shots that take the air out of you anytime you get hit by him.
Body worked and an uppercut from Bazooka.
No slowing down from him.
And Cruz is trying to get away. Cruz is in trouble. Cruz against the ropes. He's getting hit. And he's getting tagged hard. Cruz is not fighting back.
Bring your head up.
Something got him. He's just trying to cover up right now, and Sanchez sensing that, attacking the body, going upstairs.
Those body shots are hurting him.
Finally, Cruz throws something back.
And Cruz is still staying on him, though.
More work. Less than a minute to go in the 2nd round. Loading up is Bazooka Sanchez. Upstairs.
Sanchez going around.
Let him go. Stop! No more punching. Stop holding his arm.
Man, Cruz right above us. He's breathing heavy, Gabriela.
Pon para arriba. Come on, keep him up.
Man, he's stuck.
And he goes
this fight,
right back to work.
I don't see this fight going on much longer.
No.
Cruz is taking a beating here against the ropes. He's been on the road for about a minute.
But Leo's doing a smart thing. He hurt him to the body. He's not headhunting. He's just going straight to the body now.
Keeps touching him. These are thudding shots that Sanchez is throwing.
Sanchez sitting down on his shots. And there's an uppercut from Cruz. Enough to keep the fight going.
No more punching. Step back.
Final
10 seconds, guys.
of
What's about?
the
10
second
seconds.
round. A strong round for Leo Sanchez. Cathedral City's
Stop the bell,
home, looking
guys.
good through 2.
Time. That was good.
former UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez and UFC standout Jeremy Stevens are set to throw down January 25th at BKFC Knucklemania 5 from the Wells Fargo Center in Alvarez's hometown of Philadelphia.
Leo Sanchez displaying some beautiful body shots that hurt Cruz, following up upstairs, but not forgetting to go downstairs. He still wants to punish, man, and always want to start off where he hurt him, and that was to the body.
That is a man from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico, Joseph Cruz. They are some tough fighters down there, and he's showing he's a tough man because he took a pounding in that second round, Gabriela Fundora.
I think so, you know. I think he's still surviving. He still throws his shots like right there. He's still active. He's still alive. Coming to work.
Yeah, he's still answering back despite being hurt the last round.
Yeah, Cruz, we have to, if you knew anything about Tito, he's like, oh, he's good. He goes, I saw his last couple fights, I watched videos. His brother Jorge is his trainer, but his brother doesn't have his visa to come to the United States. So he's like, I'm used to it. I show up with my gloves and I bring him fight. He's bringing it, but he's getting tagged. More body shots. My goodness, Leo Sanchez.
He really meant what he said backstage, saying he's gonna invest in the body early on.
I see Cruz switching up his game plan, kind of moving around, kind of surviving.
That's smart by Cruz. He sees he's not winning the exchanges in the inside, so he wants to box more.
Suéltalo, suéltalo.
Brandy Cruz, our ringside reporter. What do you have, Brandy?
No more punching. Back up. Let's go. Box.
The ropes again to just pick his shot. Don't just keep throwing, but to be selective and land something hard.
Be selective. That's what advice from Joe Diaz.
That's good. That's good instructions. He doesn't want to just get careless and just throw bombs and tire himself out. He wants to be very cautious about what he throws because he wants to hurt him. And you got to be very selective with the shots you want to throw to hurt people.
That's straight too.
Leo Sanchez is looking fun, looking exciting.
Phenomenal uppercut that Sanchez had threw earlier before.
Switched it up. He's throwing hooks. Now he's throwing an uppercut.
Got Cruz back.
Cruz. I know. Just go to the corner. Listen, give me a thing. No te pongas la cabeza hasta abajo, okay? No te pongas la cabeza hasta abajo. Let's go, box.
I thought he might have taken a knee the way he went down really slow.
Didn't look like that.
Upstairs, bazooka in the black and gold. Senses something, and Cruz escapes, Gabriela Fundora.
He's coming back, but Cruz is going to continue trying to move. Here comes bazooka back to the bombs again.
I like what Leo's doing. He's throwing a lot of hooks to the body, hooks upstairs. Now he's throwing up some straight punches to change the angle of the where every direction, where other punches direction coming from.
That was a big shot. Cruz trying to get away. Ringside, you can hear the body punches from the opening round, Alexis.
Yeah, heavy shots. Cruz is tough. He comes in to fight and he comes in to win, but right now he's very outgunned.
And this is what you have to do if you're a young prospect. You're the first fight of the night, open up some eyes, get people to be on your side. Because a lot of people are seeing Leo Sanchez for the first time, and you're like, I want to see more of this young man.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to see more.
Yes,
and I think he's going to continue climbing that ladder to become the main event.
Now it's going to be how does he close as we're done with 3 rounds here on Golden Boy Fight Night.
¿Ok? Tienes rapidez, mijo. Mueve las manos. 4, 5, 6 golpes. Cuéntanos si te mueves, mijo. ¿Ok?
Samuel Moreno in the corner
Sácale el pinche ángulo
for Cruz.
Si te vas a quedar uno cortito, sácale el poquito ángulo para hacer espacio. Y tira sus golpes, ¿ok? ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Bien? Ok, vamos a ver ritmo.
Some highlights of round 3. Uppercut by Cruz lands beautifully.
But it's one at a time, Gabriela, from Cruz. Just one punch at a time from him.
Yeah, but those one punches are landing.
And then Sanchez gets his own uppercut.
Straight 2 right there again. Kept him on the ropes.
Sanchez yesterday at the fighter meetings was telling us that he went back and watched his last couple fights, that he was throwing way too many punches that weren't needed. He said he had too much volume because he was throwing just to throw. Now, Gabriela Fundora, it looks like he's being really smart about his punch selection.
I think with every punch that he's throwing, they're bombs. They are bombs, and I think they're affecting Cruz a lot because now we see Cruz backed against the ropes again.
And to add on, Guerrilla, he keeps throwing that left hook to the body that which hurt Cruz in round 2. He keeps throwing and not forgetting about it. Very smart by Leo.
And I think he continues, stays on him. It's only a matter of time.
And you saw the CompuBox numbers, the power punches on the side of Leo Sanchez.
Keep punching, come on.
Sanchez saying the evolution of a fighter. He's like, I know I can't catch everybody. I can't knock them out with one punch. I need to be smart and break fighters down. And a fighter like Cruz that's got 21 pro fights, age of 24, against undefeated fighters, undefeated prospects, it's going to be hard to break him down.
Very hard to break him down.
Arms are free, guys. Arms are free.
Cruz still manages to land these one shots that he throws and it lands and keeps him in the fight, even though he's totally being outworked right now.
Sanchez just keeps putting on the pressure.
Let him go. Back up.
That guy like Cruz, his pro debut, he got knocked out. And then he lost his second fight. I mean, guys with that background like that continue to stay in the sport, you cannot take them lightly.
Cannot take them lightly.
Survivors.
Yeah.
Nice little short right hand by Cruz.
Suéltalo. There you go.
Minute to go in the 4th round, scheduled for 6. Coming up next, Jordan Fuentes, and after that, Caden Griffith, Grant Flores, Jordan Panton, and then the main event of Eric Cruz and Tyler Howard.
Sanchez is posing his will. He doesn't feel Cruz's power, so he just comes forward, chopping down Cruz.
30 seconds to go. Cruz in all black, breathing heavy. And Sanchez in the black and gold isn't even sweating, Gabriela.
No, I think he's staying very poised and continue just trucking on Cruz. Continues attacking that body with uppercuts, hooks.
These are grueling shots. I'm hurting for Cruz right now.
And he pushed him down again. Not a knockdown.
I don't sense he pushed him at all. I think he's just getting worn down now by the brutal beating by Sanchez.
Coming up next, 19-year-old Jordan Fuentes, 18-year-old Jordan Fuentes from Fresno, California, in the locker room warming up, getting ready for his Golden Boy Fight Night scrap. That's coming up next. Leo Sanchez does not sit down on a stool.
Just tells you the cardio and how ready he is. He's thrown over at least 500 punches already.
He's a different kind of kid. I say kid to be 22. He doesn't speak much, doesn't like talking, doesn't really care about the interviews. He's like, I just want to fight. That's what I want to do. He says, during camp, I don't have friends. I ghost everybody, and they know to leave me alone. And what does he do? Plays Call of Duty and some Fortnite, and that's it. He doesn't talk to anybody.
Stop.
Sound familiar, Gabriela?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stop. That's it. I'll get him off you.
But that's the dedication you got to have. Lex, you tell some of that to the young kids that you know.
Yeah, you want to avoid going out with your friends. You want to avoid going out as much as you can. I'm not saying stop being a human being, but you want to go and just have tunnel vision because that's what you want to do if you want to be in this sport. And that's what Leo's showing right now. He's showing a great performance.
Especially in camp. No shortcuts.
See right now that Sanchez keeps applying the pressure.
Ooh, eventually those body shots are going to take a toll, Gabriela.
I think so. And I think that's one of the reasons why Cruz is staying on the ropes.
Upstairs, Sanchez.
Mixing it up, head, body, straight punches, looping punches.
Hitting with the body shot.
I think now Bazooka needs to throw some fast punches.
That was a nice shot.
That was fast. Upstairs, hook.
Those fast punches are going to set up some punches.
He's continue putting the bazooka.
Cruz trying to slip the punches off the rope. Oh, he's a big left from Bazooka Sanchez. Cruz is wearing it, lands his own shot. Cruz legs wobbly against the rope halfway through the 5th round. Sanchez, relentless, digging, attacking. Cruz is just a tough dude from Sonora, Mexico.
Again, he does it
Referee's
again.
getting in close. It's the urge to stop it right now.
Separates them.
Cruz better throw something back.
He's got his hands low. Finally, he puts him up. Does Cruz in all black, and he's against the ropes like he's been in most of the fights.
I think Sanchez trying to find that shot again.
About that body shot.
That was a devastating one, yeah.
Cruz is just tough. My goodness. They're right above us, and his legs are buckling with every
There's
shot.
another shot by the two.
And then he lands one every now and then to keep it honest.
And those are the shots that keep the ref off him. He takes a beating, then he throws a one shot to show that he's still in the fight.
Poking at his nose. That nose is bleeding hard. Chopping away Leonardo Sanchez. I think other fighters would have gone down by now.
Yeah, not Cruz.
That's a tough dude. 10 seconds ago, and a strong round for Leo Sanchez. He's dominating our opening bout on Golden Boy Fight Night. Young man looking good. Doctor's gonna come in the ring and check out Joseph Cruz. Dr. Tariq Khan in there talking to Joseph Cruz. They're gonna let the fight go. Look at the replays, Gabriela.
First he went down to the body and went boom, right back up on top. And you see Cruz fold, and he continues throwing those flurries of punches.
The heart that Cruz has, just taking those shots and still staying up there. You know, kudos to him. Any other opponent would have easily gone down.
These are 30 shots. Especially that one that came over, the bazooka punch, I believe that's what he was talking about.
Exactly, that's a lights out punch.
We're in Los Angeles. Shout out to everybody watching us, wherever you may be. Whether you're in Puerto Rico, where Miguel Cotto's at. Cotto must be loving what he sees in his prospect, Leo Sanchez. Or like our man Woodsy in Brooklyn, or all the other members of the boxing media out there. At 6th and final round, Rudy Barragan has the touch gloves. Cruz is the epitome of a veteran guy that you cannot take lightly, but you have to be in control the entire time, Alexis.
You have to be. You have to go on there and take this guy very serious and break him down, as Sanchez is doing. The previous round, Doctor came in and was ready to stop it, but Cruz said, no, I want to finish this fight strong.
And I think you see that there. He's moving around again.
Coffee box in his own. The power punches on the side of Sanchez. No surprise, landing 60% of them. A great story I recently read about Coffee Box and the evolution, the Canobio, how he got it going on, working as a PA and involved in the HBO Sports, and just how Coffee Box is here. Good to see them getting recognized, and how there's humans legit out there counting every single punch. Couple of operators every night.
Hope they're getting everything, because there's a lot of punches thrown by bazooka.
Where are you going? Get this way, get this way, get this way.
Get him, Rudy. That's a veteran move right there, right? Don't listen to the referee. Jordan Fuentes coming up next, then Kenny Griffiths. Our main event, Eric Price and Tyler Howard.
Cruz just started too, but there goes Sanchez, backing him back into the corner.
Back to the body, Sanchez goes, letting those heavy thud shots. But Cruz is pretty smart. He's boxing this round.
And now he's like mocking him a little bit, huh?
Oh, he got him with the basic one too.
Yeah. When you're from Obregón, it's a tough neighborhood, tough city. And you gotta literally fight your way out of there.
So much credit to Cruz taking so much hard shots.
Yeah. And this is good work for Leo Sanchez.
This tests his mental strength as well. He's going to see these guys don't just fall down with one punch or an onslaught of punches like this. And that hurt Cruz. Nasty body shot.
How is he absorbing these shots?
These are thudding shots. I'm not even sure how.
Because it's right above us. Every time one of those body shots lands, we see the knees wobble a little bit. And this is the veteran where he's just moving around. Sanchez spars with 122-pounder Uzbek MJ Akhmadalia. That's who he goes back to the gym with and works. Because a lot of times the fights are so much easier than the sparring sessions that he gets. Because he's going up against those strong Uzbeks that Joel has.
He's going up against world champions in MJ.
You know the saying, train hard to fight easy.
Train hard to fight easy. The world champion, Gabriela Fundora with the wise words. Pay attention. Good strength. Leo Sanchez.
Closing off the round, closing off the fight.
Joseph Cruz, that's a tough man. Respecting him, and they go 6 hard rounds. A fight that I didn't think was going to last 6.
No,
credit to Cruz.
Not with those thudding shots. It looked like it was going to end early, but no, Cruz continued to stay up.
And what a gas tank by Leo Sanchez, who just threw non-stop punches and was just on top of Cruz the whole fight.
Dalton Smith will take on Wale for the European and WBC Silver Super Lightweight titles at Nottingham's Motor Point Arena, January 25th, live on the home of boxing, DAZN. All right, so we have the decision. Joe Martinez, let's hear it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it 60-54. Your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Leo Bazooka Sanchez.
Congratulations to Leo Sanchez. He's now 8-0. 6 good, hard rounds. Gabriela, this is the first time you see him here as a broadcaster. What'd you like?
I think I need to see him again. You know, he put on a show from beginning to end, and I think he's going to continue growing and showing to the world that he is Bazooka.
Let's look at the highlights for this fight, Lex. He came out right away, body shots with bad intention.
Right off the get-go, he started digging down to the body as he said he would. He was a man of his word, saying he's going to come out more aggressive, digging to the body. Hurt Cruz numerous amount of times. Credit to Cruz, who was just a game the whole fight too. He barely did enough to throw some punches to get the ref off him. And Bazooka just showed the gas tank that he has, the variety of punches he throws.
From beginning to end, you see, I don't think he even slowed down.
That's a good point, though, the conditioning, because that was a fast pace for a guy who normally starts slow, kept going. He looked like he could have gone to 8 rounds. I think so, and I think he's just going to continue growing. He keeps working on that. He's going to keep applying that pressure. Oh, man, he's going to go far. Well, one thing I know about this is Leo Sanchez is going to be back in the gym probably next week, and he's going to work hard, but he's going to go back and watch this and probably say, I didn't like it that much. Because look, there's no big celebration on his face. Yeah, I think he was trying to go for that knockout, especially since I think he hurt Cruz a lot in that fight. Now he can just go back to the drawing board, watch this fight, and see what he needs to work on. And he did say, though, he doesn't like being away from his Call of Duty because he can't bring the games to the hotel room because he has such a big setup, remember, to stay away from people, that he has so many wires, so he's like, I was just watching like the phone. That's what Call of Duty Warzone does to you. It consumes you. Look at the power punches brought to you by Coffee Box. 52% from Leo Sanchez on the power side. That's a lot of power punches thrown, Gabriela Fundora. That's over half. That's over half. I mean, and we hear it. We're right here, right next to the stage, and we're hearing those thuds from beginning to end. I don't even think he threw one normal punch. He would mix in the jabs every now and then, but the efficiency was there. All right, so our first fight is done. The main event, Eric Cruz and Howard. Coming up next, though, Jordan Fuentes, the Brazen Bull from Fresno on Golden Boy Fight Night.
When the lights shine bright and you've made the lonely walk, the roar of the crowd fades. The cage door locks. It's just you and them. Face to face.
Fight!
But DAZN is always in your corner. Setting the stage for greatness. Elite MMA on DAZN.
He's from South Carolina. Mexican-American. His family is from Veracruz, Mexico. He was born in Tennessee, worked his way down to South Carolina. As Benjamin Lawrence, his trainer. He started boxing late, came to the sport. Somebody just gave him a heavy bag and started working out during COVID, and next thing you know, he's a pro. Interesting story for Badillo. His nickname, El Carnicero, the butcher. I was like, oh, you were hooking up with carne asada? He's like, no. In South Carolina, where I live, it's deer hunting season, so I'm the butcher for all the hunters. So you kill a deer, you bring them to me, I cut it up. I'm like, how crazy is that? He's like, worst job I've ever had. I hated it. I'll never take boxing for granted. It's easier to run and train than cut up with one of those big deers.
I bet, you know. I wouldn't want to cut a deer.
Oh. Interesting story for Badillo, father of two.
And next to make his way to the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner from Fresno, Jordan Fuentes.
Jordan Fuentes, trained by his father, Jolissa. You see that name on his jacket and his trunk. That's in honor of his sister who passed away a couple years ago. They were tight. Sister went missing in the Fresno area. He fights for her. Went to the Olympic trials, did this young man. Golden Boy signed him before his pro debut, made his debut in Las Vegas. I think you were there, Gabriela.
I think I was. Actually, no, he told me the coach told me that was his second fight, but still, it's good to see these young fighters and look at them again. I got to actually watch him this time.
There it is. Slow, methodical approach to the ring, but he's fun inside.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the bantamweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside, Rudy Barragan, Raul Caiz, and Don DeVertis. Inside the ring, your referee in charge, Ivan Guillermo. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks, he weighed in 119 3/4 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 4th time as a young professional from Charlotte, North Carolina. Here is Brendan Badillo. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trimmed in gold, he weighed in officially 118 3/4 pounds. In 2 bouts, he stands perfect with 2 victories and no defeats. From Fresno, California, here is the undefeated Jordan Fuentes.
Jordan, Brandon, you both received instructions in the locker room. Your trunks are good. I'm gonna let you work till about right here, all right? We're set for 4 rounds. Let's have a good fight.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Ivy Guillermo, the third man in the ring, undefeated. Jordan Fuentes got all the 559 watching us tonight. There he is.
You got your mouthpiece in?
Badillo, Brandon,
Mark, you ready?
is all South Carolina watching. He's 0-2-1.
Lisa, ready?
The white and gold is the Brazen Bull, Jordan Fuentes. Badillo said he was going to come out very, very aggressive. They're both southpaw fighters.
Left-handed fighter versus left-handed fighter. You got to lead with your jab.
You like those lefties, don't you, Lex?
Yeah, like as you can see, Badillo just switched right now, so I guess it's conventional.
I asked him, do you switch? He's like, nope, so thanks. Why would you want to tell us anything in the fighter meeting? But this is a good fight for Fuentes. Yeah, give him that lefty eventually. You have to go through him. But what do you want to see, Lex, when you're like 2-0, you know, you've gone to the Olympic trials, you've got the promotional contract. What do you want to see from a young belly?
Yeah, you want to see if he can go around, how he's gonna come out aggressive or not. And Jordan Fuentes always comes out very poised, very polished, doesn't come out over anxious. And I do like that about Jordan Fuentes. But now what I want to see from him is sitting down on his punches, throwing some combinations now.
I try to kind of keep his ground, throwing those shots. Don't let this guy kind of rush him in.
Yeah, Fuentes said that he finally feels like a pro in the sense of he's relaxed now. Where that takes a little bit of adjustment too, right, at the pro game?
I think it depends on the person. If it's how you box, you know. Some people never get it. Right now, he just threw that beautiful jab.
Yeah, he was saying about how just the fighter meetings, the photography that you got to do, all the other stuff that's not boxing.
Oh yeah, everything else.
Yeah, that comes with just experience, Beto. It just comes with experience. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you're just gonna go out there and keep doing your thing.
Part of the gig.
Badillo just comes in kind of awkward as he lunges in. This is what I mean about Fuentes, who just polished, who lands a short uppercut, followed by some nice body shots.
But to say one thing he realizes watching his first couple fights is that he needs to learn how to finish. Like, you get somebody hurt, but how to finish that. What does he mean by that?
That just comes with experience, I think. That the more fights, the more rounds he gets into, he needs to start recognizing when his opponent is hurt. And then from there, then I think he'll come in. He'll come in naturally.
I like that. But like, yeah, experience is just gonna come in and factor. When you have more people hurt, then you start gotta sit down on your punches, as I mentioned earlier, to load up more and to get that oomph in your punch.
Yeah, you recognize the signs.
Yeah.
This one's scheduled for 4 rounds, our second bout of the night. Still got Eric Cruz and Tyler Howard on main event coming up. As Badillo in black switches the orthodox. Give him a different kind of legs. 10 seconds to go in the opening round.
Fuentes just caught him with the straight left coming in.
Listen for the bell, listen for the bell. Time!
You already found your range. I knew he was in a real southpaw. He don't know how to fight you. You're too fast. Keep picking your shots. Keep your hands up now if he's right-handed and keep boxing him. He doesn't know how to fight you. Don't neglect the body, son. Keep your feet. Get that jab is working. Go to the jab. Do the body too. That jab is too fast. And he's really caught him with a good body shot. That's why he's really dropping his hands. Give him one more good body shot. He's gonna drop your hands and get that straight left right to his chin. Trust me, you know what to do.
Get low and get on the inside. Hit him with the angles. All right? How you feel? You understand what I'm saying? Come on. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
There you see the tattoo that he has for his sister, Jolissa. Beto Duran, unified champion at 112 pounds. Gabriela Fundora and Alexis Rocha, 147-pound contender with you here on Go the Boy Fight Night. Brandy Flores, our ringside reporter. Get you all covered here tonight. Good shot upstairs from the Brazen Bull Fuentes. A lot of people in attendance. Made the drive from Fresno, about 3 hours away, 3 to 4 hours. It brings a crowd.
I love that wherever he goes, his hands go.
And they're loud.
Very loud.
Might be just one Thea, but whatever. She sounds like 100 of them. Upstairs, very nice.
He's starting to see Fuentes sit down a little bit more. And he throws that too.
Yeah, the difference in the amateur pedigree is different, of course. Badillo had 5 amateur fights. Fuentes has been boxing his whole life. He said he was a wrestler too as a kid. Won a couple tournaments, but boxing was him.
Left 2 again, straight left hand by Fuentes.
Fuentes' girlfriend actually a standout amateur wrestler. And a left hook from Fuentes.
I think he's starting to find it more easier now, the 2.
As he's catching him coming in with the straight left hand.
Yeah.
Fuentes also saying that as he's evolving, one thing he has to do, and he knows it, is train harder. As far as like the running, making sure every mile counts, every single sprint counts, every single drill counts.
For every fight, I think you try to get it close as perfect as possible.
Yeah, I love to hear that from a young fighter that always wants to get better and always stays in the gym.
Yeah, his team was saying that they actually wanted to start off with 6 rounders. They didn't want to have the 4. They're asking for 6 rounds maybe for his next fight.
That just shows their confidence in their fighter. Looking good right now with catching him with straight lefts coming in.
Yeah, the bantamweight division is just upstairs. The bull with the 1-2.
Badillo looks a little hurt, a little stumbling.
I think those body shots are starting to take a toll on Badillo now.
Yeah, Badillo's fought 3 fights against undefeated fighters, but none of them have the amateur pedigree that a Fuentes has. I think you're starting to see the levels to the fight right now.
I think so. You see the movement of Fuentes.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the experience is on Fuentes' side. Nice jab by Fuentes coming in. I want to see him jab a little bit more because earlier on he threw a double jab and he caught him with a straight left. When you throw those jabs like that, it always sets up a shot. Nice by Fuentes.
Good 1-2 to the body as we're done with 2.
And then came back on top.
It's the return of Clarissa Shields. She battles undefeated heavyweight contender Danielle Perkins with Shields' WBC heavyweight title and WBO light heavyweight title on the line. Also the vacant WBA heavyweight title up for grabs live February 2nd in Shields' hometown of Flint, Michigan. A couple replays from that second round, Gabriela Fundora.
And you see Fuentes catching him with that 2 all night. There you go, right there again. And he comes back again. He's trying to kind of treat it like a jab. And he comes back again.
The Brazen Bull's looking a lot more comfortable in this 3rd professional fight. Sitting down in shots he is.
Jordan Fuentes in the white and gold. Brandon Badillo from South Carolina. His mom, Erica Rosas, watching back home. His 2 kids watching. One of the first things that his coach did when he's like, okay, you want to be a fighter, a pro fighter? Took him to see Paul Williams. Paul Williams told him, son, you need to keep working and you need to let your hands go if you want to be a pro.
Oh, I think that's what he's doing tonight. That 2 keeps landing.
All on the side of Jordan Fuentes tonight. 54% of the power punches, thanks to CompuBox. And there you hear the coach for Badillo, go. Like just imploring him to go. Coach is telling you to go, but Jordan Fuentes isn't going to allow him, Gabriela.
Well, yeah, he's stopping him with every time he tries to go in. There goes Fuentes, putting him back out, keeping him out. Whether it be with the jab or the 2, any of the punches.
Badillo just comes in reckless and always comes, and he opens up for a straight left hand by Fuentes. Definitely levels of this fight by Fuentes and Badillo.
You see the reaction of Fuentes.
Yeah, Badillo mentioned that heavy bag. They gave it to him. Just somebody was moving. Say, here's the old heavy bag. I want it out of my house. He put it up, started hitting it, working out. He's working and working and working. Went to a gym, started sparring. Like, okay, you want to do this. Now it's crazy. That's why I love boxing. Everybody has a crazy story.
Everybody comes from different walks of life.
And you never know. You never know what might happen. Respect to anybody that gets into that ring.
Yep.
100%, Beto. Like you said, he was a butcher didn't like his job, first of all.
Yeah.
He said, you know what, forget this. I'm going to stick to boxing. I'm going to stick to a full-time fighter. But he's in tough with Fuentes right now, the amateur standout.
Yeah, and Badillo.
Badillo's trying. He is trying. It's just, I think Fuentes is on a different level.
Yeah, Badillo has a real job. He works at a warehouse where he works till midnight, gets a couple hours sleep, that he's in the gym training the next day. So respect to him. But Jordan Fuentes is a man that has everything on his side. The evolution, let's see how he grows in this career. Because Alexis, just like you signed with Golden Boy before you turn pro. You get treated different, but if you don't perform, Oscar's not going to put you up on the shows.
Exactly, but you got to go out and perform, and it's how you look. It's not who you fight, when you fight, it's how you fight, and how you do it in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, how you're going to sell yourself.
You always want to put butts to seats, Beto.
Yeah. Jordan Fuentes, this really young man. I mean, you just recently graduated high school. And you're going to evolve, and you're going to get better, continue to improve. I like what I see from this young man as the third round is winding down. Golden Boy Fight Night. Oh, there's the counter from Fuentes.
It was a matter of time. He was waiting for that shot. You saw him loading up, and as soon as he took that step back, there was the overhand.
7, 8. Do you want to continue? Sure. All right. Show me something, all right?
Done with 3. Fuentes closes it strong.
He's good. He's good. Why did you get caught? Because you lunged in with a hook to the head, and he caught you. And I'm telling you to go to the body. When you're in the pocket.
I believe this is Fuentes' first knockdown as a professional fighter. He must feel good, right, Gabriela?
I think so. You know, that was a devastating shot. He took that step back, he saw it, and took the opportunity right there.
Popped him with the perfect check hook as Badillo moved in.
It was right on the chin.
You giving up, man. I'm looking at you in there. You giving up. Come on, man. This is for finish. Get up. He caught you with a couple of shots, and you, come on, man.
And that's also the first time that Badillo goes down in his career. How will he respond if we're in the fourth and final?
Box.
That first knockdown as a pro. I think the Brazen Bull's onto something right now.
I think so. I think it just excites him more. Now I think he's looking for that money shot again.
I want to see Fuentes come forward a little bit more, establish his jab, come forward more, and start throwing some combinations. Throw a jab, throw a looping left hand right after the jab, set up the punches.
Caden Griffith will be up next, the 18-year-old from Coachella. You don't want to miss that young man. He's fighting at 147 pounds. That's coming up next. And now, fourth and final round. The activity right now from Fuentes. Would you step on it, step on the gas?
I think so. I think he just needs to apply a little bit more pressure.
Badillo lands a shot.
Yeah, and be careful.
But Badillo's a little sneaky. He jumps in with those shots that catches Fuentes on the end of his punches.
I think Badillo right now is trying to show Fuentes, right? He's still in it. He's still in the game.
Credit to Badillo, got dropped pretty nasty early on and comes back as he lands a right hand right there. Badillo does.
No respect from Badillo. Here in the fourth and final, halfway through. Here's where I want to see that Brazen Bull step on in and attack.
I think he just needs to apply a little bit more pressure. A little less waiting. Especially if he had it hurt.
Nice body shots. You got to continue digging to the body and throwing that left hook upstairs after the body shots. And that's a beautiful double jab right left hand. Fuentes is just on him this whole time. Nice right hook by Fuentes.
And there's that two again. And the jab again by Fuentes.
And as you evolve as a fighter, that's what you learn.
That right there, Beto, is what I mean. Land those hard shots. Sit down on those hard punches. Nice job by Fuentes.
You sense it, get after it.
Exactly.
Kind of easier said than done. You two can say that because you're the champ. But as you evolve and you start having more professional experience, you understand that.
Yeah, I think as you get into the box, more pros.
You start getting more comfortable as more fights pile on. You start hurting your opponents. You start finishing your opponents, and
You start recognizing
You
the
start
signs.
recognizing. Yes, you smell blood and you go right after it.
Let's put a bell.
Good showing for young Jordan Fuentes. Goes the distance. Good quality work. Respect to Brandon Badillo coming from South Carolina, giving him some professional resistance. But Jordan Fuentes, only his third pro fight, evolving and growing. He's get the hug from the dad in the corner. Represents well for the 5'9". Doesn't it seem like 2024's World Rally Championship just ended? Well, the new 2025 season gets underway in the classic setting of Monte Carlo. Rally.tv is available in selected markets now, including the UK.
You gotta fight to win, baby. You did all right, but you gotta. Come on, man. Go ahead, pull it.
Joe Martinez, who won?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see this bout 40-35. Your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, the Brazen Bull, Jordan Fuentes.
As expected, sweeps the cards. He's now 3-0. Good for Jordan. 4 good rounds. Was in charge the entire time. And of course, all of Fresno is representing the 559. There you see the crowd here for him. Let's look at the highlights of this, Alexis Rocha.
Yeah, I like what I saw by Fuentes today. Moving around, boxing, counter-punching him beautifully. And towards the end of the rounds, he actually started coming forward and hurting Badillo even more.
That too was landing all night. I think that was one of the best punches of his night.
That was his best punch of the night. The check right hook of Fuentes drops Badillo and hurts him in the end of the 3rd round.
And right at the end of the 3rd, he was never in doubt. This is Jordan Fuentes' fight. Good quality work. Gets a hand raised for the 3rd time in his career. Get back in the gym. He said he wants to fight 5 times this year. And he wants that 6-rounder next. Why not?
That's very good. As a young fighter, you got to stay active. That's how you grow in the sport.
Let's look at the copy box numbers for this fight. All on the side of Jordan Fuentes. That's the total punches thrown, 43% for the young man. Badillo was active though. Yeah, that guy, awkward style lefty, and he's active. Let's look at the fight card so far. Leo Sanchez, Jordan Fuentes get the victories. Caden Griffith's coming up next. And still the main event of Eric Cruz, Tyler Howard, our Golden Boy Fight Night in LA. And that's coming up next. That right there is 18-year-old Caden Griffith. 2-0, 2 KOs, 147-pounder, and they say that he throws bombs. Don't sleep on this young man. That's next.
Fridays on the Zone, where superstars meet.
It's not going to be your usual show.
And chaos unfolds.
Are you not entertained?
Nights like no other, where anything and everything happens.
Are you kidding me?
Where dreams are built in a heartbeat and shattered in seconds. Defying expectations, where underdogs conquer.
That changes everything!
And champions are crowned.
Am I now the queen of misfits?
The Zone is the home of crossover boxing.
Downtown Los Angeles. Welcome back to Golden Boy Fight Night here in Southern California. It's all about showing you tomorrow's stars tonight, and this might be one of them. Caden Griffith, 2-0, both knockouts. His future's at 147. Takes on veteran Mark Misiura from Scranton, PA. And yes, he has watched The Office. Joe Martinez, bring him out.
And here we go, folks, with our next fight tonight. 4 rounds of super lightweight action. And first to make his way to the ring, he's from Pennsylvania. Please welcome Mark Misiura.
3-6-1 is his record. Mark Misiura, 30-year-old. Like, why do you fight, Mark? You know, basic question in the fighter means. I love it. Like, all right. Like, you know, you have a backwards record. Like, I don't care. I'll fight anybody. Let's go. Straight to the point. His fighter meeting was just like, okay, I ain't messing around with you, bro. Like, you're serious. Muay Thai background as a teenager, but boxing's all about it from now. And there you see it. When I say he'll fight anybody, he will. 27-0, the last 8 opponents. He doesn't care about your record. He will just sign the contract. Respect to him.
And his opponent tonight, here's the undefeated prospect from Coachella, California, Caden Griffith.
Finding out at Joel Diaz's training camp in Indio, California. He's from the Coachella Valley. Caden Griffith. Been training with the Diaz brothers since he was 8 years old. Israel Magramov, Shakran Giasov, all the Uzbeks love him. They use him as a sparring partner. They've actually taken him to Uzbekistan for camps. He's 2-0, 2 KOs. He turned pro last year. No nonsense. Straight to the point. Walking out with the mouthpiece already on.
I think he needs business.
You think? He has a good following as well. "91 days ago, he was in the ring." Little chili peppers for him.
I like that. That's a good rock. Tonight, 4 rounds this scheduled in the super lightweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Tiffany Clinton, Don DeVergis, and Fernando Villarreal. And inside the ring, your referee in charge, Rudy Barragan. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trimmed in white. He weighed officially 150 pounds even. He enters the ring tonight for the 11th time as a professional from Scranton, PA. Here is Mark Misiura. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trimmed in gold. He weighed in officially 148 pounds. In 2 bouts, this young professional stands perfect with 2 victories, both wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated super lightweight from Coachella, California, Caden Griffith.
Chiefs, you guys got your instructions. Obey my commands. Just have a good, clean fight. Good job, guys. 4 rounds.
Rudy Barragan, the 3rd man in the ring. He's 18-year-old Caden Griffith, born 5/22/06.
You see mouthpiece.
Mark Misiura, the 30-year-old. So we'll get ready to
Let's go, guys.
Griffith, big amateur background, pedigree, locked-in kid, does not mess around. There's a hook that's strong immediately from Griffith in white and gold. That's the theme tonight, white and gold.
Seems to be.
Gabriella, you know him from the Coachella Valley.
I do. I remember since it's nice seeing him on the ring now on the big stage, you know, getting his time to shine. Because I remember when he was little, and little 8-year-old just coming in and watching actually everybody spar and you know, he was starting off. So it's nice to see the progress.
Yeah, because you grew up in the Coachella Valley, so you know these fighters that Joel Diaz has in his camp.
Yeah, I do. I kind of do. I kind of grew up with them.
Griffith's looking good in the first round. He's very poised.
And Lex, you
not
know,
wasting any punches at all.
This is your division right here, Alexis, 147.
Yeah, definitely my division. He's barely coming up, and this is where right now where you got to make a name for yourself. You got to get these impressive victories in these stages in the Golden Boy Fight Nights, and it looks spectacular.
There's a quick hook from Griffith. Straight to the point, no nonsense. Overhand right. Strong left hook. Misiura caught that and smirked like, okay, you got me here.
Misiura just staying right in front of him, which is pretty bad. Caden loading up on those looping right hands.
A second round KO in his pro debut back in June. A third round KO in October for Caden.
Caden, just his face is locked in.
Mentioned that amateur background. He stopped going to the amateur tournaments, realizing that amateur boxing and Team USA wasn't going to happen for him because he had developed such a pro style sparring Madrimov and Shakram Joseph that, you know, with the amateur scoring is different, right, Gabriella? It's more pitter patter. So he was landing bombs and not getting credit for it and losing the big tournaments as he's now switched to southpaw. So he said around the age of 16, like, okay, forget it. We're just going to train you to turn pro at 18. And here he is.
Sometimes your style's just developed for the professional. Amateurs is just about scoring points and
throwing as much punches as possible.
Throwing as much punches as possible. Now you see Caden just coming in and loading up on his shots, trying to get a knockout, and that's what you do in the pros.
See Caden coming in right away with those check hooks.
Going to the body, Griffith. Sharp, isn't he?
Very sharp, very strong too.
Final seconds of the opening round.
There's the overhand by Caden.
Misiura just slipped that punch.
Time.
DJ Ray with the classic jams tonight.
I'm loving it. It's all right.
Is that what that's your jams?
Yes.
Let's hear what Tonya's got to say.
Your right hand okay? 1-2 jab, right to the body. He's also leaning too much to his left. Hey, jab, jab, slip, boom, uppercut.
Jab, jab, slip, uppercut.
Double left hook, boom, boom. When you went double left hook on top. Yeah. When you went up, and he picked up his elbow, and he went up again. Yeah, here, boom, in the body.
From his power.
Okay. Come on.
He's setting those traps. You see how he did that one stutter step right over here? He's trying to catch you because you're moving towards him. Move away from it, okay?
Let's go.
Best in the business right there. Cutman Sal Ochoa. Working with Misiura.
Rudy also.
Misiura, that veteran fighter, just shows up. So I'll pick up a corner when I get there, bro. He's self-trained, does his own thing. See that a lot. Right now in Griffith. All right, Lex, he's got the first round out of the way. He's got the power on his side. What should he do here?
Just talk his prey. Keep stalking his prey. You don't want to telegraph your right hand as he's doing right now. You don't want to telegraph it too soon because it's going to let the opponent know that you're loading up on that right hand specifically. You want to use your jab, catch him inside, and bang to the body.
Yeah, I think what his corner was saying that he needs to start with the jab first and then come with these combinations. You know, kind of find the way in.
It's the voice of Gabriela Fundora, unified champion 112. Alexis Rocha, Fanny Flores with us tonight. I'm Beto Duran here at Golden Boy Fight Night. And Griffith, he knows he's in charge of this fight.
Stalking his prey. Griffith's starting to close the distance a little bit more now, and then Misiura was just staying right in front of him, which is no man's land. His corner told Misiura to stay away from him.
But he's not listening.
Not listening at all.
There's the vicious shots from Caden Griffith. Body work.
That's what Griffith's got to do, load up a little bit more to the body. As he
And there's that other hook again by Griffith.
Right hook to the body, followed by left hook upstairs.
Oh, there's that body shot. Digging was Caden Griffith. Misiura is in a lot of pain. Griffith said it's over.
9.
And he gets up.
Are you okay?
Referee Rudy Barragan asking it's over. A KO for 18-year-old Caden Griffith. He's now 3-0, all via stoppages.
Misiura still in pain from that body shot. It was a lethal left hook.
Devastating body shot.
He just said, I told you I was going to show you a little bit more.
Yes, he did.
I think we saw a good body shot.
I think it's exciting when you get a knockout with the headshot, but I think even more when it's a body shot.
So there's a replay from the fight. Oh!
I love how he taps the left hook to the body to catch Misiura's attention, to bring his hands upstairs, and lands a beautiful exploding left hook to the body that Misiura did not see coming.
That right there, that little touch to the glove?
Yes, Beto. Touch the glove and explode to the body. Catch Misiura totally off guard. Shots that knock you out are the shots that you don't see coming.
Crumbled. A vicious body shot. So we got word that Caden Griffith is having trouble finding sparring partners right now. Not the champs, but other guys, because there's been some injuries suffered in the gym. Not major, but just where, like, you know what, this is sparring, I don't need to come back for any of this stuff. And you can see why he's growing into some strength here.
That makes perfect sense.
Talented young man, and you can see why they said forget the amateur style. Gabriela Fundora.
Oh yeah. You know what? I think the pros are catered to Caden Griffith.
What I like, there he is with the dad. Kiss from Pops is, all right, I won. And that's what I'm supposed to do. Just like Joe Martinez is supposed to say something.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 1 minute, 43 seconds, round number 2. Referee Rudy Barragan puts a halt to the fight. Your winner, by way of knockout here, still undefeated, Caden Griffith.
So he's got a second round KO, and a third round KO.
Caden Griffith, you got the knockout in the second round, a devastating body shot. What did you see that kind of led to that?
I mean, you know, my team and I work on that punch a lot. It's always been kind of like a trademark punch of mine. So, you know, they were telling me from the beginning, you know, just start working the body. But, you know, I'm a young fighter, so, you know, obviously I want to go for the head. But, you know, I just want to thank, first off, I want to thank God. I want to thank my team. I want to thank my coaches, Tonyo and Joel, Jamal Brooks. I want to thank my parents for, you know, keeping me disciplined. And yeah, I'm really thankful for Golden Boy putting me on a different show in a different town. You know, I've only fought my hometown, so it's a really big honor to fight in LA. You know, I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Your third professional fight, but also your third fight with Golden Boy Fight Night. What was that experience like? Because this is your first time fighting in LA.
You know, it's great. You know, Golden Boy puts on the best shows, and luckily, enough for me, I was able to make it on DAZN all 3 times. So, you know, I'm really happy with the position that I'm in. You know, I have a great team behind me, and you know, Golden Boy has been treating me really well.
And going back to this fight, of course, in the last one, you told us that you kind of played with your food a little bit too long. This time you started out very quickly. Did you kind of go to the game plan that you guys had suggested?
Yeah, you know, I was a little disappointed with my last fight. You know, we still got a stoppage win, but I feel like I really didn't showcase my skill, you know? So this fight, I wanted to make sure that I showed everybody that, you know, I'm capable of more than just being a one-dimensional fighter. And, you know, I think I did pretty well. You know, a few mistakes, but you know, nobody's perfect, but we're gonna work as hard as we can to get there.
You learn something new every single time you fight. What do you think you really learned in this fight without, of course, you know, looking at the highlights just yet?
Just patience. You know, I could have went for the body a little bit earlier, but you know, I kind of wanted to, you know, show a little bit more. So I think it just comes down to, you know, picking the right shots, and you know, we'll get better at that. You know, and as far as movement and stuff like that, I just need to tune things up a little bit. So.
Kaden, all the ticket proceeds for tonight's fight are going towards the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation. Although you're a Coachella Valley kid, I'm sure you've seen the devastation these fires have caused. What's it like to know that all these people are here to just come support you and support the firefighters?
You know, it's amazing. You know, we have a big crowd out here tonight, and you know, the fire department is doing an amazing job trying to get these fires put out. So I'm really happy that the proceeds from this fight are going there. You know, great people are trying to help out, so the more people that are helped, the better.
Kaden, congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys.
18-year-old Caden Griffiths making more fans. Gabriella, earlier you said you want to see knockouts because you love knockouts, because that's what gets you the new fans. And the highlights tonight from Caden Griffiths, he came out vicious, he came out aggressive, he came out and put on a show, Gabriella Fedora.
Yeah, you see him locked in since the first round, and that body shot, yeah, people like to see knockouts from the headshots, but man, that body shot, that's even better.
And that's a good point from Gabriella, where usually the knockouts early on in your career are upstairs, right? Rarely do you see an 18-year-old going to the body like that. That's impressive.
I love that, Beth. I love how he was digging down to the body from the get-go, from round 1. But I love, most importantly, I love how he set up that shot. Tapped him in the top, tapped him in the head with the left hook, and followed with an explosive left hook to the liver.
147-pounder. There's a lot of new fans for Caden Griffiths. He has his fans out there, but remember this name. Oscar De La Hoya is really, really bullish on this young man. He has the Golden Boy logo. He's not officially signed to Golden Boy, but I can see that coming really soon, especially when you knock people out like that.
Of course, of course. Whoever's watching at home, I bet you they want to see him again.
So 18-year-old Caden Griffiths, you will be seeing him really, really soon. Look at the final punch numbers brought to you by CompuBox. The total punches, 37% efficiency from Caden Griffiths. All right, our fight card. Leo Sanchez got the decision. Jordan Fuentes decision. Griffiths gives us our first KO of the night. What will we see in our next 3 fights? Flores still to come. Jordan Panton, the Patriot, against DeAndre Pettis. And then the main event, Eric Priest, Tyler Howard. Howard said, I'm getting the upset. Priest said, no. Tonight is my night. 3 weeks from Saturday, February 15th, Valentine's weekend, we're going to be in Anaheim for what should be a tremendous fight between Oscar Duarte and former 2-time 140-pound champion Regis Prograis. We'll be in Orange County as Golden Boy on the road. Honda Center, not too far where Alexis grew up in Santana. As this fight right here is going to be really, really interesting. Oscar Duarte and Regis Prograis. Back here ringside at the ring, Gabriel Pandora, Alexis Rocha. Lex, Oscar Duarte is a fighter that you remember because he started at the Belasco on the club show. He came in as the opponent to where he's at now, fighting on Riyadh season. Now he gets to headline the Golden Boy show in Ontario, but it's not going to be easy because Regis Prograis, that's still a tough fighter.
Yeah, Regis Prograis is no joke. He's no cakewalk. He comes in with all the experience on his side. He's a 2 former world champion, WBC, WBA. He has all the experience on his side, and he's looking to spoil Duarte's night, too.
Gabriela, Oscar Duarte from Chihuahua, Mexico, gets everything. He gets the A side. He's a fun fighter, exciting fighter, but when everything's going your way, now they're chasing you. You know this. There's been the theme with you tonight. When they're chasing you, you have to stay locked in?
I think so. You know, Duarte is very strong, and he comes to fight. He applies that pressure, and I think it's going to be a great night. We have two different styles to complete the styles. You know, one's more of a boxer, one's more of a forward fighter. So we'll see how that one plays out.
Alexis, you know this, that when you're fighting for a title, when you're fighting to be there, you've gone up against guys that have been former champions that are still trying to hang on in the sport. Regis Prograis still thinks that he has something left. Some fights say, no, he doesn't. But he can still be dangerous because when you count on a fighter like Prograis or any champion, that's not a good idea.
100%. I think Prograis is going to still with the hunger, still come to get the upset, and still look to compete at the 140 division.
And for Duarte, this guy just got to put on a show, right?
Of course, you know. I think his fighting style is action-packed, and it's going to be a great night.
All right, so I know you watch all the fights. The Fundora family, what's up, Freddie? How you doing out there in Sebastian? Everybody watches the fight, so that's going to be Valentine's weekend. But earlier across the pond, the older boys going to have their own on the show. To be Arnold Barboza and Jack Catterall. That's going to be a heck of a fight on the 15th. So that's going to be going on in the morning. Ring Magazine, the top junior welterweight. There you see Catterall at 2, Arnold Barboza, who's training in Big Bear in the snow at number 9. Teofimo on top, Devin Haney, you see the names there. Catterall, Barboza. Gabriela, I'll start with you. That's an interesting fight.
I think so. Barboza is a very strong fighter. I think he's very poised with his punches, and he calculates which punches. He doesn't just go around wasting his punches. And with Catterall, I think he's more of a loose fighter, and he just kind of, once he's starting, there's no stopping.
Arnold Barboza's been asking for the big fights. Well, lately he's been on the B side. He went to Riyadh Shizeh, beat Jose Ramirez, and people say, maybe he's not this. Asking for the fights. He could have had anybody else. He decided to take on Catterall. You know Barboza. We know that attitude of, give me a contract and I'll sign it.
Yeah, Arnold Barboza is hungry. He knows this is his time, so he's going to go out there and fight the best to be one of the best. And he's going to fight Jake Catterall for the interim belt in hopes to win and fight for the world title.
The interim belt, I know, Gabriela, you have all of them. You have, as you say, the main ones, but the interim belt gets you one step closer. There's so much on the line in this fight.
Yeah, definitely. You know, this is just one step towards the real championship belt. And it's still, these are the steps that you do want to be taking.
Which belts do you have?
I have too many to count.
Oh! I have a reversible belt I got for $5 at the outlet the other day. Oh, man, that'll be a good. But you are the unified champion at 112.
Undisputed.
1 week later, February 22nd, it's going to be Riyadh season. A full slate of championship fights on that day, including the 154-pound weight division. It's a banger. Virgil Ortiz and Israel Madrimov.
2025 is starting off with an absolute cracker. We are in the capital, London, for the press conference for the last crescendo.
Now, Virgil, I was on your Instagram. You said you want all the smoke against all the best fighters in the world.
We want to fight the best. I don't care who it is. I just want to be a throwback fighter, you know, like that's the goal.
You know, to be great, you have to fight great fighters. You have to fight the very best. We want to give the fight fans the best fights. And this card right here, it's just phenomenal.
This is going to be a classic fight for sure. You know, I feel like this fight has the potential to steal the night. You know, Madrimov is an elite fighter. I'm excited to share the ring with him.
Ortiz is fired up. This is why you love Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz
fighting through the fire. Virgil Ortiz, once again, is proving that he is the very best. Fighting Madrimov after fighting Boacek. I mean, who does that? Congratulations for having the courage and for having the cojones to take these types of fights.
Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov. These two meet in what I think is going to be a classic. Live on DAZN, February 22nd.
Back here ringside, Virgil Ortiz, we both know him. We know how intense he is. We know how awesome he is because he wants these kind of fights. I love watching him fight. What do you think?
I think he is a throwback fighter, you know? He's just coming off a victorious win against Serhiy Bohachuk, and he's now signed up to fight Israel Madrimov. So, I mean, it can't get better than this.
To add on Gabriela, yeah, he's a throwback fighter for sure. He's a beast inside that ring. He goes in for fireworks. And there was talks of him fighting Boots, but that fell off. And what does he do? He fights a former world champion, Israel Madrimov. You gotta love Virgil Ortiz for taking these tough fights and best fighting the best.
A fight of the year, according to ESPN. I was there working. It was just back and forth. So much fun. But that's the thing about Virgil Ortiz. In that fight, he went down, got up, and got the victory. It was hard. It was contested. But Virgil Ortiz, both of you guys said it, old school fighter, much like both of you, where he'll take on anybody. And Israel Madrimov, it'll be a different kind of fighter. He's not going to stand there and trade with you. He is so slick. Look, he fought Bud Crawford, right? Madrimov, trained by Joel Diaz. This is a tough fighter, Gabriela Fundora.
Yeah, I mean, this Madrimov he just came off fighting one of the best. Yeah. One of the best right now in boxing. And I think it's just going to be a great show overall.
Came out fighting one of the best, and he looked really good fighting Terrence Crawford. Many people thought Israel Madrimov won that fight, which is very debatable, but he won and he held his own, and now he's showing he's one of the best 154-pounders, and credits to Virgil again for taking that fight.
Look, one thing that both of you will do, they'll give you a contract and you just sign it. Virgil Ortiz, give him a contract, he signs it. Madrimov, he signs it. About damn time we get fighters fighting people.
You know, I think this is going to be, out of the whole card, this is probably one of the most explosive and one of probably the best fights on that card.
Let's get the fighters just in the ring, Lex, right? Let's just go, make the best out there. That's what Oscar De La Hoya's been saying, have the best fight the best.
And that's what this sport should be about, the best fighting the best. Doesn't matter about your record. Who cares about that undefeated 0? You know, it's got to be tested. You got to be undefeated if you're going to be tested, and you got to go up against the solid competition.
Yeah, I think we're going back to the core of boxing where we have the best fighting the best. Like you said, it doesn't matter about the O. It just, let's show why we're boxers, why we're champions.
Does not matter, and it just shows how you're the undisputed champion of the world.
Let's get the best in the ring right here. That's Gabriela Fundora, Alexis Rocha. You'll see that Riyadh season February 22nd, February 15th at Golden Boy, and Oscar De La Hoya keeping everybody busy here. And it's only the winter. We haven't even gotten to the spring. We haven't even talked about what May could be happening, but we keep going. Golden Boy Fight Night here in LA. Let's get the tail of the tape for our next fight. It's about developing these youngsters to get to the next level. And coming up next is going to be 20-year-old Grant Flores. He's 7-0, 5 KOs. He's taking on the veteran from Costa Rica, David Lobo Ramirez. Lobo is actually his last name. It's not a nickname, even though he said everybody thinks it is. This will be a good one. Joe Martinez, let's bring him out.
And now, fight fans, we're set to go with the next fight tonight. 6 rounds of super welterweight action. And first to make his way to the ring from Costa Rica, here is David Ramirez.
David Ramirez, 32 years old. Been a pro for 11 years, but had a 7-year break. He said, I had some management issues. Wasn't that many fights in Costa Rica. Went back to school, opened up a business. He has a motorcycle repair business, married, has a couple kids. He got back into boxing a couple years ago. And here he is with the tough task against Grant Flores. Turn pro with Grant.
Making his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner, undefeated, hailing from Coachella. Here's Grant Flores.
'20-year-old Grant Flores in blue. Finally, a fighter with a different color. Everybody's been going gold and
white and gold, Panton.
Yeah. Here you go, see Chris Escada, Golden Boy photographer, getting the flicks. Award-winning photographer. Grant Flores turned pro in 2023. His cousin Manny Flores, Gucci Manny they call him, will be in the ring soon. Last fought in October. Thanks for the Diaz brothers, Joel Antonio. since he was an 8-year-old. For the first time, he gets out of the Coachella Valley. His first 7 fights were at Fantasy Springs, which is the home for Golden Boy Fight Night. Evolving. I like this young man's attitude. 7-0, 5 KOs. He's vicious. Wouldn't be surprised if we have another stoppage.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this battle is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside are Jerry Cantu, Tiffany Clinton, and Raul Caiz. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Ivan Guillermo. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing tonight red trunks trimmed in gold. He weighed in officially 154 pounds. In 20 professional fights, his record stands at 17 victories, 3 defeats, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el hijo de Heredia, Costa Rica. Here is David Ramirez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and silver. He weighed in officially 153½ pounds. In 7 professional bouts, this young man stands perfect with 7 victories, no defeats, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super welterweight from Coachella, California,
Grant David. Grant David, both the chief sections in the locker room. Los dos escribieron sus instrucciones en los cuartos. Los trunks aquí están bien. His trunks are good right here. 6 rounds, let's have a good clean fight.
Ivan Guillermo, third man in the ring. Undefeated 20-year-old Grant Flores, 7-0, 5 KOs. Will he get his 6th here tonight? From Costa Rica, Pura Vida, David Lobo Ramirez in his 21st professional fight.
Box.
Flores is a taller fighter in blue. After his last fight, Flores did not go back to the gym in Coachella. To Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season fight, and then Madrimov took him to Uzbekistan as a sparring partner. It was 3 weeks in Uzbekistan. He said it was a huge learning experience, Gabriela. We were talking about it, like finally away from home for the first time. He said he grew up quickly in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it matures him a lot, you know, doing these things now at such a young age and having the experiences and sparring with the greats. So it was giving him a lot of experience, and I think he's going to take it to the ring tonight.
Lex, you were there in Russia as an amateur, growing away, realizing that you got to make your own food and the comforts are gone.
Yeah, you definitely have to get out of your comfort zone, and that's what you do when you're a fighter. As Grant Flores just pop shot him with a nice jab, fuck with the laser Lobo.
Lobo tagged with that jab, the shorter fighter in the red and gold. Flores said that he really couldn't communicate with anybody while he was in Uzbekistan, so he walked to a store and bought a journal, and he's been journaling everything. That after every sparring session, he'd write what he liked, what he didn't like, and would go back and see his progress. And overhand right from Flores right away. Body work upstairs. The Costa Rican Lobo is moving around with his eyes wide open.
Grant's very aggressive, but he loves popping that jab, and I like that by Grant, coming in aggressive but still popping that jab and moving forward and cutting the distance down.
It's only the first round, and he's already feeling Flores' power.
This one's scheduled for 6. Jordan Panton coming up next. Our 4th bout of the night on Golden Boy Fight Night.
You see a lot of maturity from Grant Flores. Just you can see him being very poised. You saw that he hurt Lobo earlier, as he hurts him again, but he's not getting reckless. He's still taking some calculated decisions in there.
I like how he's keeping his jab out, kind of keeping his distance, and that way he can throw those stunning overhands.
You mentioned the maturity. He might be the first 20-year-old to ever tell me he's reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. After a normal 20-year-old. Mature, locked in. Taking his time in this opening round is Grant Flores.
Taking his time, but I think Flores is still continuing on him. As he keeps the jab out, and then he'll come over with the overhand or even that hook.
He's applying that smart pressure by cutting down the distance.
Scrappy! John Ramirez got the gold grill on. He was recently sparring in Canada, in Montreal. They had him up there in their frozen area. He's always entertaining. He'll be in the ring soon. He's coming off a victory. Yeah, get your popcorn ready. I already know what you're saying. Get your popcorn ready. Fly, Eagle, fly. The Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. You see him this week. Make sure you mention how the Eagles beat the Rams. He was letting everybody in LA know. The Hall of Famer. Yeah, he heard me talking about the Eagles. That's why he started smiling. There's a highlight from Grant Flores.
Flores just coming in with the overlooking right hands, going to the body, trying to break down Lobo slowly.
All right, we go to the second round. He's from the Coachella Valley. Grant Flores, you grew up in the Coachella Valley. Do you know Grant at all?
I do. I remember actually in the back room that we were talking that we did some sparring, and not to brag, but I did kick his butt a little.
Wait, you sparred him when?
Back when we were little. I think we're probably like 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10, and you remember this?
He did.
And he can say that he sparred world champion.
Yep. Looks like he's on his way too.
Oh, good shot from Flores. Moves back. Lobo. Body work from Flores. Lobo's in trouble.
Lobo's on survival mode right now, but Grant Flores, you can see the patience in him still. He has his opponent hurt, but he's still taking that time to land those bombs.
Uppercut from Flores after he slipped some punches. More body work from the man in blue. Lobo, it better get out of that corner. That's not a good spot for him.
That is no man's land. Anytime you're on the ropes, my coach calls that no man's land.
Hector Lopez, your coach, would be proud of you for saying that, as Lobo's nose is busted here in the second round.
I like how poised Flores is staying. He knows he got some hurt, but he just continues to stay calm, make him miss punches, and retaliate.
Break him down slowly, right, Gabriela?
Yeah. You see him come from body, come to the top.
He's listening to Gabriela Fundora. Winging punches is Lobo in the red and gold. Grant Flores being very, very patient.
Very patient, but he's also mindful of the punches that are coming back at him. He's also slipping the punches Grant Flores is doing.
A minute to go in the second round, scheduled for 6. Now, Lobo is a tough man. He went away from the sport, and you offer him a young hot shot like Grant Flores, didn't even hesitate.
Flores continues to keep the jab on him.
Very smart by Grant Flores. Keeping that jab on his opponent. Keep blinding him with that pop shot jab.
Recently, Lobo was knocked out in the first round. His last 2 fights, he's been stopped. And more blood from the face of Lobo Ramirez. And Flores slipping punches, landing the uppercut. That dropped him. That dropped him with a few seconds to go in the round. And Lobo says he's done. Grant Flores with a KO.
That is how you put on a performance. Nice, well done job by Grant Flores.
Lobo's face was busted, and an uppercut got him at the end of the bell. 2:59 of the second round. I wonder what he's gonna write in his journal now. Again, no emotion from these kids. Him and Caden get the KO. We're supposed to do this.
Yeah, it's part of the job. It's another day in the job. I'm sure they'll go back Monday and go back to training.
And when you give exciting KOs like this, that forces your boss, Oscar De La Hoya, to place you back in the next Golden Boy Fight Night cards.
It was Grant Flores immediately.
Nice short little uppercut that landed by Grant Flores.
Comes throw the same combination again.
Oh, that's what it was. Ooh. Good job by the replay crew grabbing that angle, man. Look at another one.
Oh! Right on the bridge of Lobo's nose. That must hurt. Especially when you got blood gushing out like that.
Man. And Lobo's the one who told the referee, like, no, I'm done. Like, he must be in a lot of pain.
I bet. Flores hit him with the same two shots, back to back.
Let's hear to Joe Martinez to make it official. Oh, actually, before we go to Joe, I got to tell you about Catterall Barboza Jr. They're going to get going in a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World Title. That's for the Co-op Live in Manchester, Saturday, February 15th. All right, let's hear from Joe now. Make it official.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Round number 2. Referee Ivan Guillermo puts a halt to the fight. Your winner, by way of knockout and still undefeated, Grant Flores.
Grant Flores, 8 wins, 6 KOs, and Lobo just walked by me, and I'm like, your nose? He just moved, he's like, yeah, they broke it, he's like, I don't know. Like, that's a pop. There you see Team Flores celebrating. Grant was fighting with a heavy heart. His great grandfather passed away, so he was fighting in honor of him.
Well, I'm sure his grandfather's watching now and be proud.
Yep, great grandfather Ramon Ayala. Not the Ramon, but that was his great grandfather who passed away, his mom's grandfather. Let's hear from Grant, who's with Brandy Flores.
Grant, taking care of business once again, getting in another exciting knockout to add to your resume. What really opened up for you to send your opponent to the canvas?
Being patient and being smart. I didn't want to rush anything. I seen that my jab was affecting him in the first round, so knowing me keep on throwing my jab, I know it's going to open up the knockout shot. And well, he took it in because I hit him in the body, and the jab is key for any fighter and anybody.
You told us before this fight that one thing you really wanted to work on was patience. What are some other things that maybe you wrote down in your journal beforehand that you really applied tonight?
Being patient and using my jab, and once I see the shot, take it. But don't rush anything and be patient. Most of all, be a patient fighter because we got 6 rounds. And that's a lot of time in a 6-round fight. So I know that one way or another, I was going to get the knockout. And even if I didn't, I was still going to be patient and win the fight.
Grant, this is the first time you're not fighting in your hometown. Why has this experience been different? What do you like to tell us about it?
It feels different to be in a different spotlight in a different area with new crowd and new fans. A different atmosphere than home, but it sure feels like home. I mean, my people follow me all the way over here. They'll follow me all over the world.
And when you think about the trajectory of your career, as you continue to make more steps, what are some things that maybe, immediately post-fight that you definitely want to hone in on as you move forward?
By the end of the year, I'm trying to be one of the top prospects in the game. And Golden Boy, and trying to get in the rankings, you know? I'm trying to get 5 fights this year. However, Golden Boy wants to move me, I'm ready for whatever they want.
What do you think you did to prove that tonight?
My maturity, my patience. I had a trip to Uzbekistan to spar with the world champion. And I took a lot of learning experience off of that and just coming back home and applying it to my everyday life.
What has been the most instrumental part in fighting with the fighters from Uzbekistan like Israel Madrimov? You went to Uzbekistan and getting this top-tier work.
It was great. I had worked with the world champion, then I sparred the Olympic team out there, and it was a different style. The European style is very different from the American style. They showed me a lot of ways to do things different in the ring, and you'll see more of Grant Flores using that.
Very congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
Can I give one more shout out to all my sponsors, my family, shout out my family. Thank God first and foremost, and thank Golden Boy for having me and promoting me, my managers, Badillo, Maliko, my mom and dad, Joel Diaz, my team, my sponsors to help me prepare for this fight and come out victorious. Thank you.
Guys.
Got to take care of those that take care of you, Grant. He's learning. As Grant Flores gets win number 8 of his career. All right, so let's look at this fight that started off right away. Lex, we knew that Grant was going to be aggressive. I didn't think it was going to be like this right away.
Yeah, no, I expected this from him, especially the talk he was giving us back, that the maturity that he's gained going to Uzbekistan and sparring with the world champion out there and journaling and also reading for the mental. That's also good. That's very impressive for a young 20-year-old to do that.
Yeah, I liked how he mentioned that in his interview afterward, that he was being patient, because you did certainly see that in the fight, and eventually that knockout did come.
Yeah, there's that knockout. Eventually it's going to be the uppercut that got him. It's the hand raised. What a good feeling for the young man. And fighting away from Coachella. You got to get out of there. There you see Toño in front. Enjoying it.
Phenomenal performance by Grant Flores.
Yeah, good for him. You got to enjoy it.
There's that smile.
Yeah.
Eventually it does come out.
He said, I'll see you in the back. Let's go. Copy box numbers for this one going to be on the side of Grant Flores. Total punches thrown, 44% for Grant Flores. Lobo with 16% of the total punches. In a fight that lasted until 2:59 of the second round. All right, so far, victories for Sanchez, Fuentes, KOs for Griffith and Flores. What will we see next? Jordan Panton and Eric Priest still to come here on Golden Boy Fight Night from Los Angeles. Just announced on DAZN, January 31st, George Lidar takes on Derek Ozazi in London. February 1st, BKFC Fight Night for Mohegan Sun, Julian Lane against Cameron Van Camp. And then the day after Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, female boxing icon Clarissa Shields gets back in the ring, putting her heavyweight and light heavyweight titles on the line, taking on Danielle Perkins in Flint, Michigan. And make sure you head over to the DAZN platform where you can see our upcoming schedule, where all the exciting fights are located. They'll be streaming live on DAZN. Plus, you can check out the new Ariel and Ade podcast. Love those guys. They know what they're talking about. Man, they're good.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ariel.
And I'm
A thrilling 7-bout fight card is set for Riyadh season February 22nd, which sees a championship title up for grabs in each fight. It will be live on DAZN pay-per-view. It's billed as the last crescendo. Beterbiev, a B-ball headline the night in an eagerly anticipated, undisputed light heavyweight rematch after their October slugfest. We're inside the venue at Commerce Casino, not too far from downtown Los Angeles, where fires have ravaged Southern California. For more on the fires, here's Brandy Flores.
As Los Angeles has been trying to recover from these historically devastating fires, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Boxing Promotions has pledged to donate 100% of tonight's ticket sales to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, because to this day, for the past few weeks, the fires have been raging across Southern California. And there has been loss of life and property destruction. Among us, there have been heroes who rush towards scenes of danger while most of us scamper for safety. The first aid workers, firefighters, paramedics, police officers, and so on. We like to thank those who put their lives at risk without a second thought. And tonight, there are others who wish to express their gratitude.
Hey, how's it going? This is Jordan, the Patriot Panther. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Los Angeles Fire Department, all the first responders that helped out, that are still helping out with all the fires out here in LA. God bless everyone out there, helping each other, helping their neighbors out there.
I'd like to thank all the firefighters and the first responders responding to these wildfires and showing support and making the city proud.
What's up, guys? Caden Griffiths here. Just want to give a special thank you to the firefighters and first responders that are currently fighting the wildfires in Los Angeles. Keeping you guys in my thoughts and prayers.
Hey guys, this is Eric Priest. Want to give a big shout out to the real heroes of LA, the Los Angeles Fire Department and the first responders that have been dealing with the fires. All the proceeds from this fight, January 23rd, here at Commerce Casino, will be donated to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation. So make sure you guys don't miss it. Watch people get punched and do it for a good cause. So.
And you heard Eric Priest there showing his gratitude. He told me ahead of this fight that one of his friends just stopped fighting the fires as a firefighter a few days ago, and he's going to be in attendance tonight supporting him, and it's really just such a great cause. However, they still need your help. The LA Fire Department Foundation is actively seeking funds to equip their members battling wildfires with urgently needing tools and supplies. You can help the LAFD firefighters save lives and protect property during these troubling times. Please donate at supportlafd.org.
Thank you, Brandy. Support LAFD.org. I love Eric Priest saying, come out here, just watch somebody get punched. And thank you to everybody out there fighting the fire. It's been crazy times here in Southern California, and respect to anybody that's out there helping out, and also the volunteers that are being utilized every single day. 2 more fights to go here at Golden Boy Fight Night, where all proceeds are going to help out those in need. It's a great night in downtown Los Angeles. Our co-feature, Jordan the Patriot Panton, makes his Golden Boy debut. The 28-year-old training with Brick House. Julian Chula, the Zurdo Ramirez gym, takes on DeAndre Pettis from South Carolina, who said he's a tough out. So this should be a good one in our co-feature. Joe Martinez, go.
And now, fight fans, we're set to go with our co-main event this evening. 10 rounds of action this scheduled in the middleweight division. And first to make his way to the ring, he's from Columbia, South Carolina. Please welcome DeAndre Pettis.
Long way from South Carolina. He said, I had upset on my mind. 30-year-old DeAndre Pettis was a football player in high school, started boxing right after that. I didn't want to go to college, so I started boxing. Wasn't going to play football in college, so there he is. 12-3, 7 KOs. It was real calm when we talked to him in the locker room, huh?
Real calm.
Just chill.
Even in his walk, he still looks calm.
Yeah.
He's having fun with it.
I mean, he got the colors, got the outfit on. He just grooving. Keep going. So after the last 2 fights have been knockouts, what are we going to get in this co-feature? We shall see. Jordan Panton coming up next. Sherilyn Encore is the song he came out to. I guarantee you that's the first time I've ever heard that from a fighter.
Boxing always
And
unexpected things.
making his Golden Boy debut this evening. Hailing from New York, here's Jordan Panton.
Jordan Panton. You can talk about a background. He's coming in from upstate New York. Dad was in the military, so he moved to Hawaii where his dad was stationed. Then at high school, he moved to Virginia. He's worked as a cowboy. He's worked as a rodeo hand. He's worked on a ranch. He even did bull riding once, he said. Yeah.
Well, the Western song,
yeah.
I think that's pretty suiting, man.
That's here, talk about a man with many talents.
Yeah. He wanted to be in the Navy SEALs. He's the Patriot, red, white, and blue. It's his first 10-round fight. Yeah, those are two different walkouts. Joe Martinez.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event this evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. The three judges scoring at ringside: Jerry Cantu, Don DeVerges, and Fernando Villarreal. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Thomas Taylor. Introducing to you first, fighting into the blue corner, wearing silver trimmed in lime green. He weighed in 161 pounds. In 15 fights, his record stands at 12 victories with 3 defeats. 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Columbia, South Carolina, here is DeAndre Pettis. Aimed across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the colors of the USA, red, white, and blue. He weighed in 159 pounds, and in 10 fights as a professional is perfect with 10 victories, no defeats, 9 wins coming by way of knockout from Honolulu, Hawaii, by way of Cold Spring, New York. Here is the undefeated Jordan, the Patriot.
Boxer Chief second. Boxer Chief second. Okay, guys, right here. Everything in the black is going to be good. Everything from the bottom of the letters, coach, and up is going to be good, all right? Gentlemen, you got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Tom Taylor, the third man in the ring, one of the best in the business. He'll be in charge of this co-feature tonight, scheduled for 10 rounds. Jordan, the Patriot Panton, 10-0, 9 KOs. Will be a step up in competition for him tonight as he makes his Golden Boy debut. Recently signed DeAndre Pettis from Dixiana, South Carolina. He trains at a gym in White Rock that has one stoplight. Yeah. Welcome to LA, DeAndre, where we have nothing but traffic waiting for you. And he's got the interesting trunks. Jordan Panton, red, white, and blue. He says he's a very patriotic. He's the son of a military man. Want to join the Navy SEALs to see what he does on this show. Recently got a stoppage a couple of weeks ago on a fight that was already scheduled. Golden Boy recently signed him. So let's see what he's all about tonight. Panton mentioned how he was just all over the place working as a cowboy, a ranch hand in the rodeo. Then he started working at a local fitness gym in Virginia. He was up to 215 pounds. Wow. Not fat, he said. He was just big, working out. And one day he said, I didn't want to work at the gym anymore, and I started just boxing. You know, 'cause as an amateur, he boxed from started at the age of 13 to 18, so he was in the amateurs. And then he came back to the sport of boxing. He said he was just working out. And somebody's like one day, hey, you want to spar? He said he gave the guy he was sparring some work, and that guy was a pro.
Let the arm go. Let it
like,
go.
well, maybe let's try this,
stop,
which is no surprise for a guy who's had 8,000 jobs.
Wow.
Why not add another one to the list?
Exactly. Surprisingly, he just said, hey, why not? Why not I pick this up as a hobby? What did you do? Become a professional boxer, sign with Golden Boy Promotions.
They took that 5-year plan. But yeah, at least he had the amateur backgrounds. He would go to the tournaments representing Hawaii as a teenager. And then when he came back to boxing, he was going to those national tournaments. He was in his early 20s. Training with Julian Chua, who trained Zurdo Ramirez and Scrappy. Brickhouse Boxing, which is an excellent gym in Southern California.
Patton's coming in very, very aggressive this first round. As he eats a left by Pettis right now.
Pettis really aggressive too. Yeah, couldn't find much film on Pettis. Been fighting club shows on the East Coast. Blood immediately. Where's it going to happen?
I got you, brother.
Clash of heads.
Come here. Let me see. Mark, I got an accidental headbutt cut above the hairline, all right? Guys, watch those heads. Go.
Above the hairline. Tom Taylor jumping right on it. Panton got the second round knockout in December against an Argentinian fighter. Here he is going to the body.
Well, Pettis is very comfortable. He's very patient, being relaxed. Nice little shoulder blood beating.
Pettis is a bigger fighter. Pettis being aggressive, Gabriella.
Yes, he is. Yeah. He's still trying to attack the body.
Jab from Pettis, right hand from Pettis.
Looking for the bell.
Hook from Pettis.
Both fighters are having some leather on each other.
Yeah, this is a good scrap so far.
Good first round.
Gentlemen, just so you know that.
There's Julian Chulo, Chris Wong, and Phil Ramirez in the corner.
Look, when you're coming in, you still use your jab, okay? Don't look for that big left hook yet, okay? Use your jab and your head movement to get closer to him before you work the body, okay? Give me a deep breath. Keep feigning, dude. That's right, that's right. Keep throwing off the timing because he's trying to counter you coming in. Don't let him, okay? Don't be predictable. That's right. Nice deep breath, okay? Jab, get offline as you come in. Don't come in a straight line. Jab, slip, jab, slip. Keep getting closer and working that body.
This might be the headbutt. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yep. Came right in both of them.
Let's go. Check us out. Mouthpiece in.
Immediately, Panton went to it.
Number 2.
Like, you ever been cut in that area?
Not on the forehead, but I've definitely been so right about the eyebrow. And let me tell you, that hurts when you get blood in your eyes. You cannot see.
All right, second round. DeAndre Pettis, in his last fight, he fought an undefeated fighter named Austin DeAnda. And it was a hotly contested fight. That was in Norfolk, Virginia, back in November. It was so tightly contested, according to everybody there, that DeAnda and Pettis are going to run it back in April. Pettis already has a fight scheduled in April. I'm like, well, why did you take this fight if you're going to have a rematch? He said, a chance to be on a Golden Boy show against a guy I know I can beat? I'm going to jump at it. That's how confident he is.
The confidence is there, you know? And right now, he's trying to keep him at distance, and I think he is.
He also said he wanted to be very active. He said he turned pro at 26. Now he's 30 years old. He says he wants to get these victories. He wants to stay active and get these big fights. And he knows with the win over Panton, it's going to set him up for even more bigger fights.
Yeah, Pettis has 3 losses, all of them to undefeated fighters. Again, I couldn't find much film on him, but it'd be interesting to see what he's going to do. And right now, he's walking in with no respect for Jordan Panton.
Pettis is very game right now. Slipping shots, countering shots. But Panton is just off on him. Being aggressive, throwing every shot he can on the inside.
Yeah, Panton is still coming forward, still getting those shots in. Those up body, a lot of body shots in.
There's been some good exchanges these past 2 rounds.
This one is scheduled for 10.
Panton's using his jab, using some feints, which is pretty good with an elusive fighter like Pettis is doing to make some stop, makes him hesitate and think twice what he's going to throw.
Yeah, so Panton, there's a combination, but Pettis slips. Pettis slips.
Watch the head coming in.
Pettis has some nice upper movement. What Panton needs to do is focus more on the body. Head's not going anywhere. I mean, the head will be moving, but the body's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think to add on that, Panton just kind of needs to work on the body, kind of slow him down, stop him from moving, and then I think from there, as the rounds go later on.
I agree 100%, Gabriella.
Panton won some national tournaments during the COVID time, had over 35 amateur fights. Here he is as a pro. They matched him evenly tonight, it looks like. Final seconds of the second round.
Pettis 30 seconds goes landing some nice right uppercut that snapped the head back with Panton. This is great matchmaking.
Javier Razo, Eric Gomez found as Panton and Pettis get a little bit after the round.
You can see the pettiness between the both fighters.
Even though you're doing good on the inside, you don't want that fight though. You're doing it on the outside, you're absolutely dominating.
Big step forward in his career. Chihuahua lone Oscar La Piraña Duarte will take on former 2-time super lightweight world champion Regis Prograis in a 12-round battle. 140-pound division. That's Saturday, February 15th. Let's go. Valentine's weekend for the Honda Center in Anaheim.
Feint him, right? If he's off, then jab him. Okay? Don't forget
the first round.
Don't forget those tools when you're closing the distance. Jab, slip, feint, slip, slip. Then you
see the uppercut right there from Pettis. As he's moving, he keeps moving around, and he's catching him with these little moments. And you see Panton trying to come in, but I think Pettis is just right now keep moving around.
Panton is the aggressor for sure, but the nice little shots that kind of matter is going to Pettis right now.
I agree.
Pettis is fighting Iowa, Arizona, Illinois. 6 of his fights were in Costa Mesa, so he's been around the Southern California scene. Pettis is here with just his trainer. Like, that's it. He showed up with Charles Jones and Mike Feek, and that's it. All right hand from Pettis.
Let him go, DeAndre. Stop. No punch.
He started his career, did Pettis, at 10-1, stepped up in competition, 2-2 in his last 4 fights. In Virginia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Jersey, South Carolina. Second fight in 76 days. Just like you said, Lex, he wanted to be active. This dude is not here to lay down.
He's not here to lay down whatsoever. He's boxing pretty good right now. But what I love about Panton right now he's mixing up to the body. He's forgetting about the head. He's doing the body shots now.
For more on the eccentric Jordan Panton, here's Brandy Flores.
Yeah, Panton started boxing when he was a teenager living in Hawaii. Then he decided to take a break and then move to the Midwest and live out his childhood dream and become a cowboy. According to Jordan, the second words he ever said in his life were John Wayne. And he competed in rodeos, rode a bull one time. Jordan told me that he would rather battle through the pain of being in the ring than get stepped on 5-0 ever again.
Yeah, there's no need being there with a bull. Unless you want to go run with the bull and be in the summer, Lex, I'll take you in Spain.
No thanks about that. I'd rather stick to boxing.
All right, do that. A good scrap here. This is the third round scheduled for Beto Durant, Gabriela Fundora, Alexis Rocha with you.
Very competitive fight. I like what I'm seeing so far by both fighters. Both fighters are showing that they're hungry. They want to take that next step right now in their careers.
You see Panton right now just looking for the shots, but there goes Pettis right there.
Both fighters were utilizing their jabs to set up each other, and you shooting the right hand and the left hook behind it.
This is not going to be an easy fight for Jordan Panton.
No, but he's going to have to earn this tonight.
There goes the check hook by Pettis.
But one at a time for Pettis, right? A little bit more.
It's little moments, but I think at these little moments he's catching them, and I think he's kind of getting the better shots out of the little exchange.
It's Panton the one that's being more aggressive, using the body shots.
Final seconds of the third round. Our co-feature, Golden Boy Fight Night in Southern California.
You see Panton closing the round good.
Panton's talking after the... Look, Tom Taylor's not going to let you talk like that.
He's not. He escorts you right back to the corner afterwards.
Look at me, man. You're winning this, man. He can't beat you. If you're sitting on the road like that, just keep covering up with that. His punches hurting you at all? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yours are having an effect on him, all right? So you're doing really good. You're fighting his spurs like that. Let's keep that energy strong, all right? Deep breaths. Good, man. Really, really nice. He don't like your power. You're frustrating the shit out of him. And that lead uppercut's landed almost every time. Throw that 1-4 again this round, all right? That landed good. Set it up for it again. You're looking great, baby. You're looking great.
At the very, very confident corner of DeAndre Pettis. He said throw the 1-4. What's that?
Good. Listen real good. Keep that jab on there. Let's go.
Everyone has their different combinations.
Jordan.
I was even a little confused hearing that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm asking. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Some numbers, sometimes they're all kinds of different.
Yeah.
But you think it might be the uppercut. Panton comes out super aggressive. Trying to catch him sleeping. Pettis was ready for it. Panton in the red, white, and blue.
Pettis' corner was saying that Panton is getting frustrated. Do you agree with that, really?
Maybe, but I think he just needs to kind of just stick to his game plan. Whatever his corner is telling him, just continue. He's continued to put that pressure forward, and just see what his game plan is.
This is Panton's 11th fight. If you look at the power punches through round 3, it's pretty even. Brought to you by Coffee Box.
Panton now has Pettis on the ropes. He's throwing those overhands, throwing those bodies.
If Pettis wants to win some rounds, he has to get off the ropes and stop letting Panton tee off on him like this. Because this gives the judges a bad look.
Let go, all right? Go.
The being against the ropes and not countering?
Yes, exactly. Stay off, stay in no man's land and stay in the middle of the ring.
One, two from Pettis.
But then there goes Panton coming back.
See, more of that from Pettis, Lex, what you're saying, off the ropes, which he's not listening, but that kind of movement away from the ropes.
Yes, Beto, stay in the middle of the ring, land some combinations and move out and stop staying on the ropes, because that gives the more of the fight to Panton, who's just going to brawl you and break you down, and that's what he wants to do in his game plan.
Panton got some swelling underneath his left eye.
I think it's from the jabs and those straight uppercuts.
Maybe the 1-4?
Maybe the 1-4.
In Panton's career, it's been easy touches coming through. As you do in your first 8-9 fights, you get easier fighters. But he did go up against the ever-tough journeyman out there, Cameron Crail. He took him the distance. In the last 4 fights for Panton have been KOs. He stopped him in the second, third, second, and first.
Yeah, this is great matchmaking with Pettis, who's an elusive fighter on the top edges. He's missing a lot of punches, actually coming back with punches of his own.
Pettis just countering with less than 30 seconds ago in the 4th round. Still to come our main event of Eric Priest and Tyler Howard.
Painting, looking for his shots, but there goes Pettis moving around, changing up the situation again.
Keenan Wright lets us know what's the final 10 seconds. That's good work. That's
there goes Pettis coming back with his own shots.
Was that enough for Panton to take the round, or did Pettis do enough? These rounds are close.
Give me a deep breath. Very good.
And they immediately go.
Very good. Good round.
Ice on top of
That's what I'm talking about, yeah? You get him in the ropes, put more combinations, not one big shot. When you're putting the combinations, it's nice, okay? Look, if you miss him, if you miss over the top of him, don't be afraid to get on top of him, yeah? Just bully him, okay? You miss a shot over the top of him, get on his neck, lean on his neck.
Good job at the corner, stopping the swelling, no real cuts of Jordan Panton.
Okay,
That cut that was on his head. Looks like it's gone now.
Looks like it's healed up, which is a good thing, because when blood goes in your eyes, really, it feels like shampoos in your when you're showering.
Is that what it feels like? Like it's stinging?
It stings a lot, Beto.
And here's the end of the round. The body work upstairs, Panton.
Number 5.
But Pettis right there with him. There's Keenan Wright letting us know. Start the next round.
Beautiful. The left
Pettis.
hand from Pettis, yeah.
This is what you wanted, Lex, right? Pettis in the middle of the ring.
In the middle of the ring, throwing some combinations. He's having a lot of success throwing that right hand and also that right uppercut that always snaps the head back of Panton when he lands it.
Yeah, Pettis now it looks like Pettis is starting to sit with his punches.
Yes. That's what you want to see more of. Pettis just staying in there more as he's talking to him now.
Yeah, now I feel like he's confident in his power now that you just could walk up to him like that.
DeAndre Pettis looking good in this fight. For more on Pettis, Randy Ford.
And so Pettis lost his father when he was just a baby, a few months old. So when he got older, he found out that his dad was a boxer in Philly. And Pettis decided to give boxing a try, fell in love with it. That was in his early 20s. Now he's extremely committed to the sport, marking his dedication in ink. On the side of his right eye, you'll see that he got a tattoo of boxing gloves. That's how committed he is to the sport.
DeAndre Pettis, and his mom, Angela, is his #1 fan. Didn't approve it right away.
Accidental headbutt, left eye. Let me see it. Come here. Let me see you. All right, only right here. Guys, watch those heads, all right?
So that's now 2 cuts from accidental headbutts on Jordan Panton. The first one was on the hairline. This one right on the left eyebrow.
Guys, keep his hands up now to kind of cover it.
Yeah, Pettis said that he's going to box. He doesn't want to mix it up early, and he has a lot of skill. So now in the 5th round, is this where we're going to start seeing him mix it up and be aggressive?
I think so, especially now that Panton has that headbutt, the cut from the headbutt. I think he's just going to, Pettis is going to continue working on that eye.
Yeah, Panton said he comes in with a chip on his shoulder.
Pettis looks like he's having fun now, pot-shotting shots. Momentarily ago, he just landed a nice right hand by Pettis.
He does look really calm, Gabriela.
Yeah, I think his confidence is growing a lot since the first round. So now I think he's kind of establishing and setting the ground for his fight.
But Panton just showing relentless pressure every time he can. Anytime Pettis is on the ropes, Panton just lets his hands go.
Shot from Pettis, and he moves away in the green. Panton right there with him in the red, white, and blue. The Patriot.
He's still coming forward. He's still applying the pressure. There goes Panton trying to close the round now.
Both fighters are exchanging right now, both landing on each other.
Time right there.
Good scrap by Jordan Panton.
Jack Catterall takes on undefeated Arnold Barboza Jr. We know that senior's watching. He watches all the fights. There's going to be a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World Title in Manchester, England, February 15th. Barboza doing work in Big Bear. If you follow the social media, there's snow, doesn't matter. He's out there doing the work.
That's a working man right there. Doesn't matter rain, snow, wind, sunshine, doesn't matter.
That's what you boxers do. You dedicated. Let's see the second headbutt. That was right on the right on the left eyebrow.
That is coming in.
6.
And you see the team working on it.
Let's go.
Small cut, but more of the swelling.
6. Jordan, number 6.
Panton's left eye swelling, huh?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he keeps his hands up so that way it doesn't grow.
Got the round, Gabriela Pandora, the champ, and Alexis Rocha. We'll be seeing them in future fights later on this year. Golden Boy's going to have a busy 2025. Golden Boy Fight Night, our show where we get to show you tomorrow's stars tonight. Give the young fighters an opportunity to shine, and Leo Sanchez, Jordan Fuentes, Caden Griffith, and Grant Flores have all shine. And right now it's DeAndre Pettis, who we're seeing for the first time, trying to steal some thunder from the newest Golden Boy signee, Jordan Panton. Uppercut from Pettis.
That uppercut on the home.
Stop. No,
Gabriela, last round you were saying that Pettis was starting to have fun in that. Why did you say that?
Yeah, because you see the confidence and you see the calmness of Pettis and how he's moving the ring and getting those little moments in, and then kind of slipping off those punches and retaliating.
Even putting his hand down like Pettis is doing.
But we're not scoring here ringside, but this is a very, very competitive fight.
I agree. You know, because there goes Panton still coming forward and still finding those shots. Still getting those body shots that right now he just threw an uppercut. But there goes Pettis with his own.
I love how Panton was just touching him with little shots that wasn't even affecting Pettis, and he sneaks in a nice left uppercut. I want to see more of that by Panton.
Because Panton is definitely being the more active fighter.
I agree, yes. The more forward fighter, yeah.
All right, stop. No punch, straight back. Let him go.
Panton's definitely outworking Pettis in this round. Big into the body.
Continues touching that body. I think that's kind of what slowed him down.
Yeah, I think Pettis felt one of those body shots by Panton a little bit earlier. He has not thrown one shot since.
I like how Panton keeps continuing. There you go with the hook.
There's the shots from Panton. Good combinations from the Patriot.
I think he just needs to have a little bit more of those moments. Continue working him, continue trucking him down and touching that body and then coming back right up on top.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot more success right now because Pettis he's talking, but he's not doing anything right now.
Yeah, Pettis' work rate has slowed down here in the 6th round.
No, Panton is taking his foot off the gas a little bit.
He threw a lot of punches.
Yeah. A little smirk from Pettis.
Pettis just smiling at him.
Guys, watch the heads. Watch the heads.
Yeah, they're scheduled for 10. Bull on bull here, huh?
Both of them are looking, I think, for their shots. There goes both of them throwing beautiful shots.
Trying to impose their will. Strong like bull.
Both of them are in the inside, but I think Panton's getting the better of the shots.
Oh, good 1-2. And he's admiring his work as Pettis as we finish 6.
And they have some words to exchange.
Our main event fighter, Eric Priest, undefeated, 14-0, 8 KOs, headlines for the first time in his career. He says, I could be the future at 160. What will he show us next here on Golden Boy Fight Night? Let's look at some replays from that previous round.
Panton just swarming him with body punches, beautiful shots, beautiful uppercuts.
You can kind of see that Pettis wasn't even kind of looking. It was almost looking like he was talking outside the ring while he was getting touched.
But then Pettis steals, I want to say steals the end of the round, but he has a beautiful connection in the end of the round.
And then you see the boxing gloves tattooed on his face. Well, after a while, he's like, because all about boxing. But the way that Pettis finished that round, where he threw a big shot and then admired it.
Yeah, it's one of those moments. It's very rare that happens, but you know, you gotta. Sometimes I guess you just gotta admire it.
Yeah, and what would your dad/trainer say?
Maybe don't do that.
Pettis coming out strong this round.
He's actually taunting Panton, putting his hands down, talking to him, asking Panton to do something.
Yeah, I think Pettis
right
now has that mindset of, I'm stronger than you, I think I can finish you off.
Corner, red corner.
Another cut on Panton.
We'll see what Tom Taylor ruled on that one. Yeah, there's been 2 accidental headbutts.
You still see Panton putting the work in. Now he threw a beautiful combination.
Oh, because Pettis is on the ropes where he should not be. He's hanging out, like it says, outside the ropes, inside, in the middle of the ring, throwing those right hands, the right uppercuts. This is Panton's fight right here in the inside.
He's giving away the round right now, right? Because he started it off, but then he's giving away the round by letting him hit him like that way.
Yes, he is. If I was Pettis, I would just stay on the back foot, keep boxing him.
Let's go to hear what the corner of Panton is saying.
Here with Julian Chua. Julian, what do you like so far that you've seen from Panton, and what kind of difficulties is present for him?
I mean, he's putting on good pressure. I mean, this is what I wanted. I wanted a tougher fight for him. He's been blowing through the competition. This is going to be a good learning experience for him, and this is exactly what I thought we were going to get. And I'm really happy with his performance and the opponent we have.
How do you want him to finish?
I think that this guy, he's tricky, he's experienced. You can see him trying to roll shots and stuff, and he's still got enough life to be dangerous. But I think what's going to get him out of there is if we can trick him into something, you know, like hit him with a good body shot, feint low, come up. You won't hit this guy with anything basic, and Jordan's learning that now.
Thank you, guys.
You won't hit him with anything basic from Julian Chua.
You see the shots landing, both of them. They're throwing thunderous shots, thunderous too by Pettis.
All combos landing. This is what you love to see on these Golden Boy Fight Night cards. They just go to scrap and they go toe to toe.
Julian Chua said we wanted a tough fight because Panton's been blowing through people. This is an extremely tough fight because now Panton's nose is busted.
But that just shows the confidence in this fighter. He wants a tough fight. He wants to put him in sturdy to go out, perform, and get good, exciting shows like this. The shows that he can step up another level.
But I think it's Pettis that's getting the best of the round. But there goes Panton back with the combination.
Great scrap so far by these men.
They both try to steal the round at the end. I don't know what the judges are going to give to.
This is a tough one to score.
Go in, Chris.
All right, so ask Tom Taylor what the cuts are. He said the only one that's a cut is the one on the nose. Everything else is accidental.
Give me a deep breath. Okay. Good. Give me another deep breath. Slow your breathing, okay? Nice.
His face
Still got water.
getting marked up. A lot of bumps, a lot of bruises,
Good, okay?
a lot of cuts
Look,
there.
look, I like how you're thinking on the ropes. Little feint, uppercut, feint, body shot, okay?
See Panton getting back Pettis on the ropes, and that's when I think he's getting his best shots in, when Pettis is on the ropes.
When Panton likes to throw some nice little fairways just like that.
See, he catches him with those little shots, those overhand hooks that goes right around the body, the gloves.
Those are nice grip shots, aren't they?
Got to get
There
that
goes
water
Pettis,
off him.
coming back with the 2.
Watch me. Time.
We
Over
have
here,
time.
over here. Guys. Too much water here. Wipe them down. Let's go. Stay right there.
Too much water on the face of Dixiana's own.
DeAndre, over here.
DeAndre Pettis.
Mouthpiece.
Tom Taylor, attention to detail.
Ready? Time in.
It's chilly inside this venue.
Right
away, Panton comes out. Pettis is swinging hard. Panton swinging hard. They're both chucking it.
Both of these fighters are just giving their all right now.
And it's the 8th round. We're scheduled for 10. I don't know if they think this might be the last one, the way they're going after it.
I don't know, they've been going after it like that from like the second on.
DeAndre, let it go.
That just shows how much grit both these fighters have to go out there and perform like this. Especially in the 8th round when you're tired, you have cuts, you have bruises, you're winded.
This is definitely Panton's toughest fight of his career. The most he's been hit.
Watch the head. Watch the head.
Coming up with those little short
Hands are
hooks
free,
that
gentlemen. Work out of that.
in the face.
Jordan, off there.
And all that noise you hear is Jordan Panton when he throws his punch. He sounds like he's a tennis player at the Australian Open right now.
You saw those little taps right there, then he shoots a right uppercut that lands. It's pretty smart by Panton.
And that over 2, and there comes back with the hook.
Get him up a little bit. Get him up, DeAndre. Let it go.
Leaning on each other.
Yeah, I think Panton kind of has the legs for it to kind of push Pettis back into the ropes, and then touching him. He's touching him.
The ropes is where Pettis is at, and that's where Alexis Rocha doesn't want him.
I agree, Beto. That's what I've been saying all day. Pettis is losing those rounds staying on the ropes because that gives Panton just time to tee off and throw some punches. Even though some may not landing, it just looks bad on the judges because it goes more toward the aggressive fighter, which is Panton.
See him pushing him back, kind of keeping him on the ropes. Panton wants him on the ropes that way he can throw those hard shots like those looping hooks and body shots.
Panton came out hot, like shot out of a cannon to start the round. And he's continued to be the aggressor here as we approach a minute to go in the 8th round. Leaning and on Pettis, pushing Pettis back against the ropes and Panton. Going to the body and uppercut from the Patriot.
I said,
welcome to boxing, Gabriella.
I know, yeah.
This is why I have a towel ringside. Well, you're wondering why I had it? This is why, because you got caught.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Got some blood all over you, too.
Oh, yes, it is. Blood is flying here ringside. Here, Lex, have the towel.
Thank you, Beto.
So you want to be a broadcaster.
Let him go.
See, now you know what we suffered through, Gabriella, when you're fighting here.
Decided to wear white, too.
Well, I don't have the rich money like you do, so we'll be all right. Good round for Jordan Panton. How can he close it? He's been closing the rounds, especially the last 10 seconds, strong.
I sense a little tiredness from Pettis. Took the foot off the pedal for a little bit this round. It's been all Panton who's been swarming over Pettis.
And I think actually him touching the body.
Touching the body.
As he continues to work, he's getting.
Done with 8. Done ringside. So when you want to be a broadcaster, you have notes everywhere, and then what happens to the notes? There's blood all over them.
Oh, yeah. Not a good day to wear white, huh?
No, but this is part of the hazard. So you're wondering, why do I have a towel here? Because the blood flies all over you. So there's blood on the notes right here. That's from the face of the fighters coming through here. And Lex, they're right on the ropes of us, and you see it. You can hear the punches and the thudding from Jordan Panton. Not good round for him.
Great round for Panton. He just had so much success that round. Having Pettis on the ropes, just landing and teeing off him with those body shots, beautiful uppercuts.
See the replays.
Both of them hit each other with the straight 2.
Yeah, both these
going at
fighters
it.
are just on top of each other, landing so much punches.
As we head to the 9th round, the first time that Jordan
Panton is in a scheduled 10-rounder.
See Panton right away coming in the aggressor.
And this is also the first time
Off the head.
that DeAndre Pettis goes to the 9th round. So both of these fighters in uncharted territory.
They're both testing new waters being in the 9th round.
So, okay, we make a big talk about it, the broadcast we do, but what's the difference between 8 and 10 rounds?
I think that the difference is that these are the championship rounds. So now, if your fight is close, which I think this fight has been, these are the rounds that you want to make a statement of, okay, this is why I'm the winner. And I think Panton's putting that on right now as he's applying the pressure and continues to put on the pressure.
And Panton's attacking Pettis against the ropes, holds on, didn't fight back, he held on and got off the ropes. Panton aggressive in the opening minute of the 9th round.
And another thing to add on, Gabriela, I think the rounds 9, 10, and above are the rounds that are going to show who has more tank in them, who has that will, who wants to win more. And that's going to show on Panton's side right now because he looks like he has a fresh tank still. Pettis is the one that's going retrieving and taking the foot off the pedal.
And you can't afford to do that when you're the opponent coming in. First time in California, you can't give anything away to chance.
No, you cannot, because you never know, especially if the fight's going to go to distance. You don't know what the judges are thinking. You don't know what they're seeing. So you just got to apply that pressure and make it clear.
Especially when the fight is this close right now.
Yeah. As, my son is texting me, Mateo in New Jersey, letting me know, he's like, this is an entertaining fight. This is exactly what it is, entertaining. Good scrap.
Great scrap, Beto.
But neither fighter has done anything to separate where you're like, okay, that round is his, definitive.
Yes, I think both of them are having their moments, and you see it, but so far no one's been really establishing, okay, this is my round.
I think Panton has been showing the last 2 rounds that these rounds have gone to him, but Pettis always does something to land a big shot that snaps the head back of Panton that makes it very arguably, did it go to him? Did it go to Pettis for that round?
Yeah. Panton being more aggressive the last couple of rounds. And if we do make it to the 10th, these guys are just going to have to empty the tank and let it all out there. Panton too. Don't leave it into the hands of the judges.
Panton's taking it up under the gear right now, and I love to see that, especially him digging deep down in a close fight like this.
And I think that's what he's doing. He's just throwing it all out there.
Listen for that bell, guys.
That was a Panton round.
Yes,
this is a Panton
I think
round.
So, yes.
The best round for him of this fight.
Yep.
Time right there.
Tough times here in Southern California, and the LAFD Foundation is actively seeking funds to help equip their members wildfires with needed tools and supplies. You can help the LAFD firefighters save lives and protect property during these troubling times. And support LAFD or all proceeds from Golden Boy Fight Night will be
when that happens, all right? Deep breath, okay? Let's finish strong, baby. This is homecoming for you, all right?
All right, let's look around, all right? He can't hurt you. Beautiful, Jay. You looking fucking beautiful.
Coach is telling him he's beautiful.
Both fighters telling each other to dig deep and win this round.
10th and final round.
I think these guys are going to give it their all. You see him right away. The Panton come right away.
The Patriot, undefeated Jordan Panton, 10-0. DeAndre Pettis in green and black, 12-3. A close fight. A tight fight. Who will separate themselves in the 10th and final, where neither fighter has ever been to.
Let it go.
And I think both corners think that they're winning.
Oh, yeah. But then you got moments like that where... And then
Panton coming back with his own shots after a flurry from Panton.
Go.
Tom Tater letting them both work.
Yeah. He's been letting them work all night. Panton seems like he's taking control of the last few rounds.
Watch those heads. Come on now.
This is where if you're Pettis, you gotta just empty the tank and let everything go.
in the last round. So you got to give it your all.
And it's been Panton aggressive in their opening minute. Pettis has separated himself, letting Panton separate himself.
Pettis' corner is desperately asking to win this round.
I don't think he has anything left.
I don't think so either, Beto. He looks like a man that's retired right now, just on survival mode.
You just see Panton teeing off, throwing all these hard drives. He's the one that's actually emptying his tank.
Yep. Halfway through the 10th and final. The corner of Pettis is just imploring, do something now.
Don't use that elbow. Don't
But
use the
he's
elbow.
sucking wind right now. You see him breathing heavy as Pettis.
And I think those body shots that Panton's throwing is taking a toll on Pettis.
Hands are free, guys. We're gonna stop.
It'll be interesting to see how the judges score with this one. Is Fernando Villarreal, Don DeVerges, and Jerry Cantu. A minute to go. Panton thinks he's done enough. He's moving away.
Panton's just trying to win the round right now, just taking it off a little bit. He senses he's done enough in his book to win the fight.
Maybe he has. Pettis just giving away the round.
Just giving away the round. Pettis is
all he's doing is moving.
Panton is just outworking him right now.
Pettis still continues to stay on him, still throwing those bodies.
Well, closing like you're supposed to.
Watch that head.
Exactly.
Ten seconds.
Nice combination.
And that'll do it. 10 good, hard rounds between Jordan Panton and DeAndre Pettis. Goes to the scorecards. Did Panton do enough at the end as he closed the fight strong? Or there's a man from Dixiana, South Carolina, doing enough. It goes to the judges' scorecards. This Saturday, another opportunity for South Central's own Diego Pacheco to showcase his talents as he heads towards a world title opportunity. But he needs to get past undefeated Steven Nelson, live from Las Vegas, right here on DAZN. Just waiting on the decision. Judge is tallying it up. All right, let's see what the judges had to say. Let's hear from Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and here are the totals. Judge Don DeVerges scores it 100-90. Fernando Villarreal has it 98-92. And Jerry Cantu 97-93. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Jordan, the Patriot Panton!
So Panton sweeps the cards, gets a unanimous decision. I don't know about that 190, but the other one's about 97-93. I can see that. It's the way that Panton closes what I like, Gabriela Fundora, the way that he came out and finished strong.
Yeah, I think the 97-93 is more reasonable. I think the last couple rounds were easily to Panton. You know, Pettis kind of stepped up to get pedal and kind of gave him the rounds.
Yeah, and then Lex, good learning experience. They wanted good competition. They wanted to see something. He'll look back at this and be like, okay, he did steal some rounds at the end, because remember that we were talking about the last 10 seconds where Panton would finish strong. Good learning experience for him. Let's look at the highlights of this fight that was our co-feature tonight. They came out aggressive immediately, Alexis Rocha.
Came out very aggressive, and Panton just using his aggressiveness and using the body shots, the variety of punches that he throws was having a lot of success. But it was Pettis, the one that had a lot of success in the inside of the ring, in the center of the ring, throwing those right hand and those right uppercuts as well, landing all night.
And you see the work that Panton put on the whole night. In the beginning, you see a little talking too, but I think in the end, Panton was putting the pressure and applying, especially towards the end. That's what gave him the win.
This is a great learning experience for Panton. He's going to go back to the drawing boards and see that this is what I did right, this is what I did wrong, and he has good opposition in this fight that he had to face adversity. He got cut 2 times. He got some swelling. He got punched. He's gonna go back and he's gonna say, all right, this is what I need to work on.
And Panton also, this fight was he weighed 159, but his future is at 54. So he'll move down the division, gets the victory. Good quality victory for Jordan the Patriot Panton. He's gonna walk back to the locker room. A lot of fans and friends here for him. Well, when I hear music, makes me dance, Gabriela Fundora. You're grooving, you're going. We've got 5 fights down, 1 more to go. Our main event still to come. But let's look at the total punches. Brought to you by CompuBox. Both of them landing 30% of their punches in 10-round action fights. Over 500 punches thrown for Jordan Panton.
Yeah, he was throwing a lot of punches tonight.
You guys were liking where he was throwing those combinations, mixing it up.
Yeah, I think that's what gave him the edge.
Digging down to the body, he did.
All right, so 5 fights done. We've had victories for Sanchez and Fuentes, and Caden Griffith and Grant Flores got the KOs. What will we get in our main event? Will we get the KO? Will we get the decision? What will we have here at Commerce Casino on Golden Boy Fight Night? Still to come, though, Eric Priest and Tyler Howard. Oh, main event coming. So we've had decisions, we've had knockouts. I'm not going to ask you to make a prediction, but how much fun has it been tonight, Gabriela Fundora?
It's actually been really fun, seeing all these fighters and growing. They're growing and seeing, especially knowing some of them, and seeing them grow and have all this stage and have this arena and kind of their moment to shine, It makes me excited to see what's in the future for them.
And you told them earlier, I want to see knockouts, so 2 of those guys listen to you. Lex, it's about putting on a show, and Eric Priest has to do that coming up.
Exactly, that's what Eric Priest has to do. He has to go in and entertain everyone, basically. He has got to go in and make it a look spectacular performance tonight. And how do you do that? You have to shut out every round, or you could actually either knock them out.
Especially on a Thursday night. Commerce Casino, ready to go, put on a show. That's what Golden Boy Fight Night's all about. You're not going to get put on the card if you're boring. You got to come out there and perform.
You got to perform. You got to have a butt to seat to perform.
And you got to shine on DAZN. Remember, DAZN is the home of boxing, broadcasting over 150 fights a year across boxing, bare knuckle, MMA, and crossover boxing. And 2025 is going to be our biggest year yet.
Hello, people. Me again. Fight Week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights. From grand arrivals and weigh-ins.
I'm not here f***ing around, I'm in for war.
To open workouts and pandemonium at the presses.
It's going to be so much faith.
All analysed by the biggest names in boxing.
I'll end this. Get him out of boxing. It's over.
That and so much more, even before the bell rings.
And now it's time for our main event. Golden Boy Fight Night back from the Commerce Casino and Hotel in Los Angeles. It's time for the main event, a 10-rounder between Eric Priest, who's undefeated, and Tyler Howard in the super middleweight division. That's Eric Cruz. He's moments away from walking off for his first fight as the main event headliner. A win would be the first step to what could be a crucial 2025 campaign and the beginning of a journey to a potential title shot in the middleweight division. His opponent, Tyler Howard, nickname might be Hercules, but his recent performance hasn't lived up to that moniker. With 2 wins in his last 4 fights, Howard knows that victory tonight get him back on the right path to boxing success. Commerce Casino, the Cypher Golden Boy Fight Night this Thursday night in January. A great setup, great crowd, great atmosphere, such a good vibe as we've had 5 fights done. Now it's time for the main event. Back here ringside, Pepe Duran, the undefeated, unified, undisputed champion at 112, Gabriela Fundora, making a broadcasting debut, doing a great job at 147-pound contender Alexis Rocha. Now for Eric Cruz, this is his first main event. Alexis, you've been there, done that as the main event, but you know when you're climbing, you're moving up in different kind of ways. You've been asking for it. Eric Cruz gets the main event tonight. He's been asking for it. What do you want to see from him?
I want to see Eric Cruz come on and give a shut-out performance or either a knockout. He's got to go out and look impressive against a guy and an opponent. He's never been knocked out. He's gone a distance, he's got beaten up, but he's never been knocked out, and I expect that from Eric Cruz tonight.
Yeah, I think Eric Cruz needs the main event, so now it's something that he needs to show why he needs to stay main event.
Yeah, you get put on as a main event as a test to see what can you do on a Saturday night. Because Golden Boy Fight Night's all about building you, getting you to the next level, but you have to perform. It's not just if you win, Gabriela, it's how you win, and there's something you always say, you always want to see.
You want to see the best version, you want to see knockouts. You need it, and I think if Eric Cruz gives out the knockouts tonight, come on Saturdays.
Now, here's what Golden Boy has done over the years, developing fighters in the middleweight division. Canelo Alvarez started his U.S. career with Golden Boy Promotions. Bernard Hopkins is now a partner at Golden Boy, fought under the Golden Boy banner, as did David Lemieux. And Jaime Munguia was built into a champion under the Golden Boy banner, first at 154, then at 160. So Golden Boy knows what they're doing in that division. Gabriela, I'm going to start with you, though. Eric Cruz said that I can be the future of 160 pounds. It's one thing to say, it's another thing to do it. You're a champion. Advice you have for him saying, hey, I want to be the face of this division.
I think first he needs to start off by putting on a show tonight, not just for the fans, but, for his boss, Oscar. So, he needs to put on a show, and then soon he'll get those Saturday night cards and just continue working hard from there, keeping focused, staying locked in, and we'll see what the future holds for him.
And you also know what it's like now to have the target on your back. Priest has that target now because he's the main event undefeated fighter. He has to stay locked in, doesn't he?
Of course, he needs to stay focused. All these outside things that they shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter, especially fight week. I think he just needs to focus with his team and stay determined.
Lex, you know what it's like when you're coming up as the prospect, where you're the undefeated fighter. Everything's on your side, but then they give you an opponent, and you've had some of them where they were former champions or guys who have been to the top. Tyler Howard is a veteran who only has 2 losses. His confidence is through the roof. He said that Priest isn't on his level, that he feels like he's going to have a good time tonight. You got to be careful with that fighter.
Howard is a fighter that you don't want to overlook. You don't want to be overconfident. You don't want to go in there and think it's just going to be a walk in the park. No, a fighter like Howard has everything to gain and nothing to lose.
He has 2 losses, including his last loss, but he said, I'm different right now. I feel better. And when they called him for Eric Cruz, did not hesitate. That's going to be a good fight tonight. But Eric Cruz is a fighter, Gabriela. He, former model. Everybody says, oh, you're just a model. You can't do this. You can't do that. The dude might be good looking, just like Oscar, but he can scrap and he can put on a show. This guy is dangerous.
Yeah, I think so, Aside from the model, he does put on shows, and I think tonight it's not going to be any different. I think he's going to come out and strong, especially now that he's the main event. So, he has something to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder.
He's the main event tonight, and no one is happier to be the main event than Eric Cruz. The 26-year-old from Kansas knows that this is just the beginning. In the endgame is a middleweight championship that a win over Howard should be nothing more than a speed bump. Is he ready to become a dominant figure in the 160-pound division? Let's take a look.
I got into boxing originally through my dad. He was, not a fighter, but ex-military and a lot of stuff. And I think he wanted his kids to
know how to defend themselves and punch somebody in the face. And so I just realized pretty young I had a passion for it. As soon as I put on a pair of gloves, I love the competition aspect of it. I don't really think there's a better way to describe competition than a fight. So, yeah, I just fell in love. I would describe my amateur career as really well. Kansas City has a really big amateur scene. It's like the headquarters for ringside, so a lot of tournaments there. We have some of the best amateurs in the country come out of there. So I grew up competing with guys that were, or just training with guys that were on the national team, some of the best in the world, and just being around that, getting the sparring in, competing in the national qualifiers, the Ringside World Championships, the National Golden Gloves, representing Kansas. It was good. I learned a lot. Being active in my career has benefited me in many different ways. I'm always in the gym, I'm always training, I'm always staying in shape. Shoot, even before I went pro, or even times like COVID, I was always in the gym. I was sparring with guys like Gabriel Rosado and getting ready for this fight with Danny Jacobs. And in times where like, there are COVID, I didn't have a fight coming up, I didn't have anything. This is a lifestyle, I believe. And if I want to be as good as I think I can be, I need to be doing this all the time. It's really important for me to represent my roots as a Korean American, inside the ring and outside the ring. And as a Korean American in boxing, it was always, oh man, like they're running up to like the Asian kid, he's probably like easy work. You get in there and start knocking fools out, and you're like, oh man, like this kid can fight. You're not far from seeing the best of Eric, but I still got my potential it's just getting started. On January 23rd, I'm looking to make a statement. I'm looking to solidify myself as one of the best middleweights in the world and let him know that I'm here. And Tyler Howard is a good fighter, but he's my entry point to that next level of where I want to be, where I deserve to be. I'm a threat. I'm a threat for this entire division. There's nobody that's really, spooking me. I ain't scared. And I will prove it. January 23rd.
Downtown Los Angeles, headquarters for Golden Boy Promotions. It's time for our main event here at Golden Boy Fight Night. Eric Cruz, undefeated fighter, the younger, taller fighter with a reach advantage against Tyler Howard. Let's go to Joe Martinez to bring him out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with our featured bout this evening. 10 rounds in the super middleweight division. And first to make his way to the ring for this vacant title, from Tennessee, here is Tyler Howard.
Crossville, Tennessee is where he's from. Boxing family. His dad, Eric, was his trainer, his corner. Was a veteran fighter who took on William Jaffe, Jean Pascal, Curtis Stevens. He's got 2 sons. But tonight it's all about Tyler Howard. Making his ring walk. Got that scar tissue over that right eyebrow. Been there for prominent, but it comes in with it. Very, very confident fighter. There you see his dad on the side, wearing the Hercules shirt. Turned pro at the age of 18. Here he is tonight. See, last fight was 76 days ago against undefeated Troy Isley. 10 good rounds. Howard has a couple people fighting in his corner. He's acknowledging.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner, representing Los Angeles by way of Kansas City. Here's the undefeated Eric Cruz.
Here's the crowd favorite, the reason everybody's here. Eric Priest making his ring walk for the main event. Training with Julian Chua at Brick House. He's been bouncing around with different trainers. See, just a way to learn something new every single time. In Southern California, was in Vegas. Now he's back with Julian. Cunhala's walking him in. There you go. The main event fighters are in the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live around the world on DAZN from Commerce Casino here in Commerce, California. This is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing this scheduled for the vacant WBA Continental North America Super Middleweight Championship. It is presented by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, sponsored by BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts, and Riyadh Season. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, the executive officer in attendance, Andy Foster, and the chairman, S.P. Villegas. The 3 judges scoring at ringside, Raul Caiz, Tiffany Clinton, and Fernando Villarreal. And inside the ring, your referee in charge from Bassett, California, Ray Corona. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. Commerce, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing tonight white trunks trimmed in black and gold. He weighed an officially 163 1/2 pounds. His professional record in 22 professional fights stands at 20 victories, just 2 defeats, 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Crossville, Tennessee, here is Herc Tyler Howard! And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks trimmed in navy blue. He weighed an officially 164 1/4 pounds, and in 14 professional fights, he is perfect with 14 victories. 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California by way of Kansas City, Kansas. Here is the undefeated super middleweight, Eric.
2 seconds. Mouthpiece. 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 This is still good right here. Nothing below there. This is still good right here. You want to touch gloves? Do it now. God bless.
Ray Corona, the 3rd man in the ring. Get ready for our main event. Undefeated Eric Priest. Kansas City, Kansas is his hometown. Rock Chalk Jayhawk for him. Tyler Howard. Oh, he's a little Rocky Top out of Tennessee. He actually went to Tennessee Tech. He's now living in Houston. Our main event ready to go with an interim belt on the line. Well, they can help him in the rankings. Eric Priest in the white and black. You see the Priest on the back of his trunks. He's undefeated, 14-0, 8 KOs. Been asking for the main event. He's got the main event, and they give him a good opponent in Tyler Howard. It's step up for Priest. This is what it's all about on the Golden Boy Fight Night shows. The development of young fighters. Last couple fights, though, for Priest have been underwhelming for his standards. He had opponents that weren't willing to trade with him, that weren't willing to engage with him. He said, I had to learn a lot the last couple fights, and tonight he's going to get an opponent in Alexis and Howard who's going to be willing to trade with him. That changes things up tonight.
And that changes a lot of things, because when you have fighters that are just in survival mode, that don't really throw that many punches, it tends to be a snooze fest, to be honest. But then when you have a fighter who's exciting and wants to trade, that brings out fireworks, and that also brings out the best competition in yourself.
Yep, I think to add on that Eric Priest had been having a little underwhelming fights, but with this fight, I think just right now, based on this first round, it's already a good technical fight.
Yeah, you get opponents who get into survival mode or want to stay out of the way. We're not going to get that tonight with Howard and Priest.
Howard's a fighter that's just going to stay right in front of you and just exchange blow for blow. Priest is more of the boxer who likes using his jab, who likes using his reach to make the calculated moves that he needs to make.
Yeah, for Priest, this is his second fight with Julian Chua. He was in Vegas with Salas, learned a lot. He said, just with Julian, I feel how good I am. He's almost like a therapist to bring out his style.
Yeah, I think you need to have that connection with your coach, you know. And if that's what he has now, that's his connection, that's perfect.
Yeah, for Howard, when they called him and said, Eric Cruz, he said, absolutely, no hesitation. Said that this was a name that had been bounced around to him previously. That, you know, as a potential opponent, he said, no problem. Never offered a fight, but it was just maybe one day down the road could be happening. As Howard with the 20-2 record. And here we are here in the main event.
Might be a bad thing for Howard to just jump on it that quick. You might get the sense that he's overconfident and overlooking Eric Priest.
Fighter means he was very confident. He said, I'm a better fighter than Priest. I have more power than Priest.
Right now, I think they're trying to establish the setting. You see them, both of them working their jab. Eric Priest more putting their jab out, but they're trying to find the rhythm.
Yeah, Gabriel, as you know, the first round's always that feel, how to the feel round of how fast he is, how hard he hits. You don't want to just go blow for blow and start banging right away.
Good opening round. Scheduled for 10 in our main event.
Good. Give me a deep breath. Keep it like this, all right? Keep it like this. Keep pushing him back behind that long jab, all right? You already found a little home for that right hand when he comes in, okay? Just stay disciplined, okay? Don't get too greedy yet, okay? Keep taking your time, working your jab, all right? Focus on boxing, forget everything else. Focus on the boxing skills, all right? Across. All right? I can't really tell if you can punch it and hit me. No, it's okay, but just stay smart. You're fine. Get busier with the jab, though. To the face, okay? Yeah, you don't want no part of that shit, okay? No, he doesn't either. Let's go. Right now. Stay on your jab. Busier with the jab.
Bobby Benton, the trainer for Tyler Howard, along with his father, second. Howard was having issues yesterday because there's a snowstorm going, or a big storm, an ice storm, snowstorm going through the south, through Houston and York and everything else, that Howard's luggage was lost. He said he got here, his luggage eventually showed up, but he said he took his travel bag, made sure he had the stuff that he needed, including his trunks, but the rest of the luggage. So yesterday before the fighter meetings, he's like, can you just give me a couple minutes? I'm on the airline phone right now trying to get my bags. Bags did show up. And shout out to everybody that does the travel, especially at Golden Boy Carlo Lucena, who does a fantastic job making sure everybody gets what they need and get the fighters here.
I think as long as you have your shorts,
yeah,
everything else doesn't matter.
I like the instructions by Eric Priest's corner. Julian Cho was saying, stay disciplined. Forget about everything else and just focus on boxing. And that's great for him because this is a 10-round fight. He's got to stay disciplined every minute of this round, of this fight.
Yeah, especially when you're going up and step up in competition.
Exactly.
You see Eric Priest relax, still fast on his feet and paying attention to every move, but you see him relax, kind of just leaning back and having fun.
Hey, he's not as rigid.
No.
The last couple of fights, kind of stiff.
Yeah, you see him loose. You see him loose. The good defense, keeping that jab out.
Good work right there for Priest.
In boxing, Eric Priest is boxing really good. He's light on his feet, on his tippy toes, in and out, in between punches.
Good jab from Priest. Another strong jab. Being first, being aggressive is Eric Priest. Howard, 11 KOs in his career. Priest with only 8. Priest has been giving those opponents are willing to trade with you.
Priest is calculating his punches right now.
Priest is using a very sharp jab to get him inside and to find his range. Howard tends to throw the jab too, but it's just not precise as Eric Priest is.
Another good from Priest.
Makes hard throw and then he misses, and then he goes and retaliates with his own. He makes him pay.
Priest is just going jab, jab, jab here in the second round. I know your trainers will be happy about that. Establish the jab. You must have been in the crib when your dad was telling you that.
Yep. That's the very first punch that every boxer learns.
Jab, the jab, the jab. So important.
And you see why in this round as Priest is controlling the second round with that jab.
You're going to stop at the
Jab
bell,
is going to set up to other punches.
I mean, copy box, all you have to do is count the jabs in this round. And a hunt from Priest. Good round for Eric Priest. This Saturday in Vegas, South Central Los Angeles own Diego Pacheco to showcase his talents as he heads towards a world title opportunity. But first, he needs to get past undefeated Steven Nelson live from Vegas right here on DAZN.
Walking to your right. Yeah, if we don't let it go now, he's going to make it through the fight. If you start doing it now, you'll break him down. But if you don't, we're just going to fucking lose.
The feints are screwing up his timing. He's so stiff. You got me? Keep those feints going. Keep those feints going.
The feints are screwing up his timing, Gabriela.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually, I think from the first two rounds that we've been seeing, you kind of see Howard just a little off timing.
So messing up the timing.
I think so.
All right, for more on Priest, let's hear from Brandy Flores.
Eric Priest has been saying that he's been proving people wrong his entire life, and frankly, he's tired of the disrespect. He's more than just a former Wilhelmina model. Priest believes that he is a threat to the entire middleweight division right now, and he plans on proving that in this first fight as a main event. Oscar De La Hoya has said that if Priest can make a statement here, then he will start to find opportunities for Priest against some top middleweights. And hearing that, Priest told me that that's what he's been asking for, and how much of a privilege it is to have that pressure placed on him, and he's definitely using that as fuel tonight.
Yeah, the Golden Boy social media account did a great job going to camp with Priest in this one. You can see it on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Larry Moronis, who does a great work for the Golden Boy video department, along with Jessica Rosales, just put some good content up there from Priest. So there you can see the copy box coming through with the jabs through the two. It was 53 jabs thrown from Eric Priest. A lot of those coming in that second round.
In that second round, that's a great rhythm finding the jab. Eric Priest is having so much success popping that jab, throwing it hard, throwing it fast, every different type of angle that you expect for the jab to be thrown, Eric Priest is throwing him.
Now you see him sitting a little bit more with that jab.
So Julian Chua made point say that the feints, for those who don't know, why is that feint really going to work?
Oh, well, you see those feints, and for a boxer, you automatically, especially since your blood's hot boiling right now, you see it, and then you're going to react to it. And that's when you come in with your actual punch.
So the feint is setting it up.
Of course.
Definitely throws you off your game plan as well. When you have someone feinting you, you expect them to throw, but they're not throwing it. That's setting up traps for you to get in there and throwing the punch just like that. How Eric Priest is throwing feints and throwing that left hook right after.
Being able to land the combination like that with a minute to go in the third round. 160-pound division. Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins sitting ringside. Partner at Golden Boy Promotions. He has a keen eye on this one.
I like how Priest is always moving. Always moving. You never really know. He's not set on his feet, so you kind of never really know what punch is going to throw next.
Yeah, this is the WBA Continental North Americas. You're like, okay, what's that belt? Well, it's a belt that helps you get into the rankings. It's the one that helps you climb the rankings. Because right now, Priest is rated 37th by the WBC and unrated the other ones. But you get one of those regional belts, it helps you climb. And then now you become even more attractive.
There's steps that you need to take in order to become a world champion.
Eric Priest looking good through three here on Golden Boy Fight Night. There he is. As he told me all week, fly, Eagle, fly. So B-Hop, the Hall of Famer, Bernard Hopkins, always talking boxing with somebody. He always looks like he's ready to hit somebody, too.
The executioner always brings that energy.
Yeah, he does. Look at some of the highlights from the previous round. All Eric Priest so far, Alexis Rocha.
Yeah, he's boxing beautifully, establishing the jab, using some nice feints and followed by a left hook and getting out of the way. He's never in front of you, and that's what I like by Priest. He's boxing beautifully, not staying in the front, landing perfect combinations, and make sure he's giving the angle and moving away from harm's way.
Yeah, you see how he hits him and then moves, shifts right away.
Let it go, okay?
Fourth round, this was scheduled for 10. So far, Derek Priest in control of this fight. See the belt of Howard is Herc for Hercules. Got the nickname because as a 12-year-old, he beat up one of his friends. They were just out there fighting. And then he beat up his friend, and friend's like, man, you're strong like Hercules. So the nickname just stuck. So the guy he beat up said, okay, here, I'm giving you a nickname, and it's been there forever.
Been there since 12 years old ever since.
Don't leave it out there, guys. Don't leave it out.
Total punches through 3 rounds on the side of Priest, 26%. Priest being very, very active. He's also being first every single time, Lex.
Yeah, he's being first, and I love that with Eric Priest. He's not waiting for Howard to come in front of him. Every time Howard sets his feet, Eric Priest right away with the jab, moves around, right away with the jab, moves around. And I love that. I love that he's boxing so beautifully right now.
Howard's last fight, he lost to Troy Izzy, undefeated prospect. And he said that Izzy's at a different level than Priest. That's why he's confident. He said he felt like he gave Izzy good work. Priest knows Izzy. And he just rolled his eyes when he heard that.
And I think right now, Howard is being very flat-footed. So it's kind of, Priest is kind of always moving, and keeping that jab, popping him with that jab. And I think it's kind of throwing Howard off.
Yeah, a few years ago, Howard had a fantastic fight with Raul Solomon from Southern California. Solomon and he went at it on an overtime show, the show they do in Atlanta, and they had it's an excellent fight. And Priest brought in Solomon as a sparring partner for this camp to see, okay, you fought Howard, and Howard won, so he brought in Solomon, who trains with Manny Robles, got him in for this camp for sparring, and I think that paid off because Priest looks really in control.
That's interesting. That's very smart of Priest to bring in a former opponent of Howard's to see, hey man, what does he bring to the table? What can I expect? And I guess it's working out very well for Eric Priest right now.
I think Priest is a lot more slick, very fast, and I think he's very loose with his punches.
A little bit of blood from the nose of Howard right now from all those jabs.
Very fast jabs.
Feels like Howard can't find his rhythm because Eric Priest is just hitting and moving.
Priest is controlling this fight. Howard hasn't been first at all tonight.
No, you see the jab right away. Very fast jabs coming from Priest, and always on his toes.
In control through 4, Eric Priest. Well, the boy Fight Night.
Put more shots behind you, sir. You understand? Okay. Go to the chest and body, okay? You can't throw one shot. You can't throw one shot at a time, okay? I need combinations, okay? You're getting there. Trust your defense. He's not really hitting you. He landed one good jab that round. The rest of the shit was bullshit.
Here's some highlights of the round. Eric Priest is utilizing his jab the whole time, which is what was going to throw off Howard. There he is smiling. Howard's coach just said right now, stop throwing one shot at a time and start throwing combinations.
Yeah, I think we need to see the pressure from Howard, because right now I think Priest is just over easy.
Go. Hey, good fight, man. Good fight.
Very loud crowd for Eric Priest, the main event.
Yeah.
And Beto, this is a new Eric Priest I've seen. He's locked in, and I like what his corner said, stay disciplined. And this is a whole different Eric Priest by staying disciplined and forgetting about everything else and just focusing on what he needs to do every second of the round.
Yeah, we've seen the development of Eric Priest where he's been coming in and working well. And, you know, the development of a fighter, again, he's only in his 15th pro fight. So when you're coming in, bouncing around from different trainers, trying to figure out your identity, trying to figure out what you're hearing, and Priest is a really smart guy because you want to absorb different trainers. But this is what happens when you fight something consistent.
Yes. See the movement. You see all the hard work that he's been putting in the gym, and it looks like he's showing it tonight.
Let's hear it from that corner of Eric Priest.
Here with Julian Chua. Julian, Eric is controlling the fight at this point. What do you want to see from him the rest of the way?
I mean, depends on what he wants to do, right? Tyler's the one who has to make an adjustment. So what we're hoping for is like he tries like this, and we catch him on the way in, right? But Eric just needs to keep discipline, keep him at the end of his jab, and let this guy fall into something. Let's go. Yeah, you got to threaten him on the way in.
And Eric also wanted to make a statement tonight in staying disciplined. How is he going to also do that?
Take your time. Take your time. That's the right idea. That's the right idea. Wait, what'd you say?
Eric is also trying to make a statement tonight. How does he also stay disciplined while doing so?
I think just making sure that when this guy misses something big, he counters with something hard and in combination. It's not just one shot. That's how he's going to make a statement. His style is very different, especially from the last fight, right? He's a very good boxer, and this guy's a lot shorter than him. So I want Eric to touch him, let him fall on his own sword. But Eric's got to he's like that. He's got to make sure he catches him something clean as he comes in.
Julian, thank you.
Of course.
Locked in, Julian Chua. Good job, Brandy. Julian training with Freddie Roach. Learned under the wild card guys. He's got Brickhouse Boxing in the Valley in Southern California. Trainer of Suitable Ramirez, cruiserweight champ. Suitable's going to be in action pretty soon, I've been hearing.
A lot of stacked fights coming up this year. The best fighting the best, and that's what boxing's all about, and that's what it needs to bring, is the best fighting the best.
Could we be hearing a Rocha name in one of these fights?
You'll be hearing me soon.
How about a Fundora in one of these fights?
Very soon, very soon.
Gabriela, I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, the better one.
Hello, Sebastian. 10 seconds to go in the 5th round. Eric Priest is cruising as Tyler Howard's nose is starting to leak here on Golden Boy Fight Night.
Very good. That hurt him. Yeah, that body shot hurt him. He's trying to play it off, but that shot did some damage, all right? Now, look, you catch him with a good shot like that again, I want you to take the momentum, okay? Start stepping to him. Not stupid, right? Don't come to him just, like, march into with your head, all right? Listen, come in behind your... Look, you hit him with another good shot, let momentum roll. Let momentum roll, all right? Start taking bigger shots. Start stepping to him and putting more hands.
More good action from Eric Priest. There's that jab. Man, a little up jab got him.
Yeah, the jab's been, I think, landing all night for Priest.
Yeah, that jab definitely found the home all night.
Go, second down, mouthpiece in. Round 6, guys, round 6. Round 6.
6th round of action. Got Ray Corona in the ring, the 3rd man of the ring. He's got that podcast with Fernando Villarreal, Tiffany Clinton, Raul Caiz Sr. The judge is also watching us right now. He says, hey, you're doing a good job. Is Jack Reese, retired referee. Jack is now going to be a retired referee. We'll still see him now as a judge. So,
one of the best to ref, Jack Reese.
Jab numbers all on the side of Eric Priest. All the numbers from CompuBox are going to be on the side of Eric Priest. All right, so now as we're in the 6th round, he's in control of this fight. He's doing what he wants. And as Julian Chua told Brandy, you know, Howard's going to make a mistake. Yes. How do you capitalize?
You got after the jab. I think Priest is doing the right thing right now, keeping that jab fast and strong. And then as soon as I think Howard tried to commit, there goes Priest.
Howard has no response whatsoever after the jab. I would love to see Eric Priest using that jab and then followed by a right hand, left hook, following a combination after that jab, because that jab is pretty much landing on the fly right now.
Having watched Howard against Solomon, against Isley on ESPN, you know, I was expecting more aggressiveness from Howard, more combinations, more interactions between these two. How come we haven't seen that?
I think it's because Eric Priest has been keeping him off with the jab, you know, all night, and then he's been moving, so it's not, he hasn't been sitting for Howard to get those shots in, and I think Priest is doing the right thing by continuing to keep that jab and continue to keep him out.
I 100% agree with you, Gabriela. Eric Priest is just utilizing his jab, moving around and boxing him beautifully. Doesn't give the chance to Howard to sit there and bang and trade with him like he has in the past. Eric Priest is fighting a really smart fight right now.
And Chadwick Golden Boy back in 2023. He's worked with Gabe Rosado in the back of the day, Tim Zhu back in the day. So he's been getting good quality work here in Southern California or in Las Vegas. Korean mother, his father served in the military. Started boxing around 9-10 years old under his dad, who was with him here tonight. Yeah, his last fight against Luca Lozo. Fight there, he went the distance but controlled it. And there you start to see Priest sit on his punches.
Sitting down, landing those hooks to the body, hooks to the head, mixing it up now. He's getting a lot more comfortable sitting down in his shots.
See nice movement from Priest. Coming to the body, coming right back on top.
There you hear the pro Priest crowd. Golden Boy fight night. It might as well be Eric Priest night because he's in charge here at Commerce Casino.
Another beautiful round by Eric Priest, boxing beautifully.
I love how calm how he is.
He's real calm, and we'll see two fighters are going to put on a show in Anaheim. Big step up for Oscar Duarte from Parral, Chihuahua. He takes on former two-time super lightweight world champion Regis Prograis in a 12-round bout in the 140-pound division. From the Honda Center. It used to be the Pond, but it's the Honda Center, February 15th in Anaheim, California. And earlier that day, across the pond, as they say, Jack Catterall will take on undefeated Arnold Barboza Jr. in a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World title. That's in Manchester, England on February 15th.
Let's go, second down, mouthpiece in.
You were just in London, right?
Yeah,
Gabriela Fundora?
Good fight, man.
Gee, I wonder...
Good fight, dude. Good fight.
Why were you there?
I don't know. It's some award show called the Ring Awards. Just one female fighter of the year. Went over there to pick up an award real quick.
The female fighter of the year by Ring Magazine, Gabriela Fundora. Oh, there's the blood and the sweat that just goes flying into our face. Congratulations on that, Gabriela.
Thank you, thank you.
You had a great 2024. No big deal, fighter of the year. My bad.
Yeah, one day I'm fighter over in London, fighter of the year. Here, Thursday nights, I'm watching fights.
There you go. We have done a good job with it. There you go.
Doing a great job right now, too.
Thank you, thank you.
And right now it's Eric Priest who's putting on the show for the champ, Fundora. 160 pounds. It's an interesting division.
Yeah, it is. We got a lot of great competition, and I think right now Priest is putting on a great performance.
Now, your brother's out 54, so he'll stay there for a little bit longer, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, there's Howard that lands a shot.
Didn't really seem to affect Priest that much, because Priest is just calmly boxing him, walking away, jabbing him.
For the majority of the time, he's making a miss. Kind of makes him pay after that.
Makes him pay right after that. After he eats a shot, he makes him pay with the jab and keeps moving around. And what's very interesting by Priest is he hits and he keeps moving.
Yes.
Old Priest would hit and stay right there in front of him.
No, I love his defense right now and his footwork. You know, he's hitting and then he gets out of the way.
His footwork, exactly. His footwork has improved tremendously.
So 160 pounds. You have Janibek Alim Kanuli, who has the WBO IBF belts. Islandi Lara has the WBA belt. Carlos Adames has the WBC belt. Now, we're not saying Priest is ready for those guys, but if 2025 develops, gets into the rankings, he could be making some noise sooner than later.
I think so. And the way he's looking right now, I think it'll be pretty soon.
This is what you want to see, Brett, the development of a fighter. This is a very game opponent in Howard, and Eric Priest is boxing and making it look effortlessly right now. And this is what tells Oscar, all right, give him more main events against sturdy competition like this and see how he does with that, and eventually moving on to becoming a Saturday or Friday night fighter.
It's a shutout right now. It's all Eric Priest. And this is where, okay, you beat him. Now, let's step up more with a former champion or former title contender. The progression of a fighter, the development of a young fighter. Right now, Eric Priest is cruising.
I think Eric Priest has been flawless on his defense and his outwork, too.
Giving up too much now, okay? You're in position to fire? Yeah. That's really happening.
Round number 8, guys. Round 8.
You got 3 rounds, Tyler. You got to go to work, baby. You got to get him out of here.
You can do it, son. We believe in you.
You need to work, they're telling him. Well, it's hard to work when it's all Eric Priest doing that, Gabriela Fundora.
Yeah, I think you kind of see Howard's demeanor kind of changing, kind of lowering down, but we'll see what he comes out with the next round.
Seems like Howard has no response to Eric Priest's movement, to him being light on his toes and moving around the ring and giving good boxing movement.
You hear the crowd going crazy for Priest.
Yeah. Keenan Wright smacking that bell to start the 8th round.
This is a nice crowd on a Thursday night, too.
Oh, yeah, man. This is the second time that Priest has fought in this venue. September 16th of 23, we were here on Mexican Independence Weekend, and he fought a tough Mexican they called the Viking in Vikino, Simon Madsen, who's from Cancun. And that dude gave him his all. It was back and forth. And they went the distance, but that was a good one where a little bloody, back and forth, good action. And here he is now as the main event. And it's all Eric Priest. Let's hear what the corner of his opponent has to say.
Here is Bobby Benson. Bobby, what are you seeing from Tyler right now, and how can he kind of fight his way back in this?
He's got to put him down. You know, I'm sure we're down, but he's got to press harder and let his hands go a little bit more.
What kind of difficulties is Eric Priest posing for him?
He's doing good. He's keeping his feet, keeping his spacing good. But we're having chances to fire, and we're just not firing enough.
Is that what you're telling him in between rounds?
Yeah, he's just needs to get busier. Good, Tyler, right there.
Thank you, Bobby.
Stay with him. Thank you.
Needs to get busier.
I think so. You know, it's been Eric Priest that's been putting on the work and being first. And Howard, I think, has just been standing there kind of getting those punches and kind of a little bit off.
As Bobby, the trainer, said, we got to put him down. They know they need a knockout.
They know they need a knockout. They know Howard needs to let his hands go to get that knockout. Right now, he's just throwing one punch at a time, which is not consistent, and is not going to do much for Howard.
Yeah, Howard said he was strong. He said he felt like he was stronger than Priest, but he hasn't let his hands go at all tonight.
Okay, maybe he's feeling Priest's power. Maybe he underestimated Priest.
That could be true.
I don't think Priest is allowing him to feel Howard.
Oh, good right hand from Priest. Right on the jaw of Howard. He ate that punch.
I like how Priest is continuing to moving, even though they're not exchanging anything, or he's not throwing anything, he's still moving his feet, keeping light on his toes.
Constantly moving his feet. I like that too, Gabriela. Constantly moving his feet, not just staying a still object right in front of Howard.
Shot.
Nice right hand that lands by Priest.
if you notice, I actually would see Priest doing that. He's kind of doing little steps coming forward. So he's not actually, when he's not throwing anything, he's actually coming in with his little steps and to then land the hard two.
Excellent round for Eric Priest. It sounds like a broken record. Every round's been excellent for Priest in our main event. Former UFC lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez and UFC standout Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens are set to throw down January 25th at BKFC Knucklemania 5 from Wells Fargo Center in Alvarez's hometown of Philadelphia.
You got 2 more in you?
You can do some damage, okay? But you can't stay out and not keep jumping back. There's no reason to. None of that stuff is really landing. The only thing he's sneaking is those jabs.
I need you to reverse this action right here. I need you to listen to what Bobby's telling you and get it done.
Stay small and get close to him and stay there, okay? You got 2 rounds, 6 minutes. Come on.
You understand what he's saying? Let's get it done.
Do it. Come on, Ty. You can win this.
All Eric Priest tonight. We're in round 9, scheduled for 10. And they're telling Howard, you gotta go for it. That opens yourself up for desperation and maybe a shot that lands. As the power punches, or the total punches through 8 rounds, all on the side of Eric Priest, landing 31% thanks to Coffee Box. Howard has never been stopped. He's lost twice, but he's rugged.
Definitely rugged fighter. He can take a punch. He just needs to let his hands go more. He needs to come in, use a jab, double jab, shoot the right hand right after. Lovely body shot by Priest right now.
And he hasn't been active at all.
Hasn't been active whatsoever.
I think Howard needs to switch up his game plan and kind of just come in and engage, because I think that's when he'll probably have the better luck.
Go for broke. But like you were saying earlier, Priest doesn't allow him to come in.
Priest is not allowing him whatsoever coming in. He lands his shots and does a beautiful job of just stepping around them and just moving to the opposite, moving to his left side.
I like how Cruz is kind of picking his shots in.
There it is. A hook and a jab.
Nice little flurries by Priest. He's having some fun in there right now.
Yeah, he is. As a fighter, when do you know, okay, I'm in control, I'm having fun, that you can start just doing whatever you want? Gabriella, that's been happening to you lately.
I think you feel it. There's a certain switch. They can't really say what round, because, you know, it's every fight's different, but you just kind of know. You kind of know, and then you just have fun with it. You have fun.
Like, does the fight slow down? I mean, just take us in there. Like, what happens?
You have to pay attention to the signs of the other boxer.
Okay.
So you kind of see their reaction in the body language. And, like, right now, Priest is seeing the body language of Howard, and he's kind of having fun, moving, hitting him, sticking him, moving him. So it just, you got to read the reaction of the fighter.
Definitely, body language is key, and Eric Priest senses the body language of Howard. He's not throwing punches, not coming in, he's not fast right now. He's just staying in front of him. He's just a still target, and that's what allows Eric Priest to have fun, drop his hands down, landing that stiff, fast, hard jab, moving around, and just taking his time, really.
That's got to be a different feeling, right? That's got like a different zone you're in.
That's the zone that you're locked in, Beto, and that's what Eric Priest is doing now. He's locked in.
Looking good. Pitching a shutout. And there he is having fun. Eric Priest.
See him looking outside the ring.
Yeah, he is.
It's fucking hard. I know. And he can take a punch. Okay? Listen. Just keep doing what you're doing. You see openly, you see shot. If you were gonna knock him out, you would have knocked him out by now. All right? Just keep doing what you're doing. Fucking, you see good openings, let it go. Other than that, let's keep working on changing gears the next fight. All right? Don't give this guy no chances. So don't give up yet. All right?
You got me? Don't fucking give up. Let's go. You can do it. You can do it, son.
You gotta let it go this round.
All right? Come on.
Be smart.
Knock this fucker out.
And here we go one more time, ladies and gentlemen, the 10th and final round.
10th and final round. Joe Martinez let the crowd know and they react accordingly. Eric Priest in control in his first main event. See why Oscar De La Hoya is really high on the young man. Passing tonight's test with flying colors. Still got to finish it. But he is locked in that zone.
Yeah, and you see him sticking out the jab and keeping Howard out of there, out of his reach.
One thing for sure is that something lit a fire inside of Eric Priest, because this is the best I've seen him.
Absolutely.
Very disciplined, and he's a very disciplined fighter right now, locked in, just having fun and being very relaxed. And when you're relaxed and you're confident like that, you're a dangerous fighter.
He's also in a division that is a lot of fun to watch. Nothing against the little guys. And of course, the heavyweights are always going to be the heavyweights. But 160 is a division you're like, okay. These dudes come at it. I mean, it's a wide open division, too.
Yeah, I think if Priest keeps going at this pace, he's going to be up there soon.
Because Howard was supposed to be the hard test.
Priest is passing with flying colors and making it look easy.
Finally, Howard gets in with the 1-2. That's what I was expecting more from Howard from the opening bell. More of the fighting, more of the engaging. Well, just Priest controlling the way halfway through the 10th and final.
Controlled the whole fight, Beto. He's controlled the whole fight. Just boxing really nice. Took me by surprise, honestly, to be honest. I thought he was just going to come and bang with Howard, but this is a whole different look to
there it is, Lex. That leaping left from Priest.
You see the slickness of Priest going right now.
Beautiful work from Eric Priest.
Always moving, never staying flat.
You mentioned that since the second round. Why is that important?
No, because then the fighters never get a really chance, especially if someone like Howard that he needs to really sit on his punches. Priest isn't letting him, so then he doesn't have the chance to get those punches in.
A moving target's always the hardest target to get hit. And that's what Eric Priest is doing, is hitting and moving. Another jab, another leaping left jab by Eric Priest. Snaps the head back of Howard.
All Eric Priest in this one tonight. Good work. Look, when you step up an opponent.
I mean, stepping up your game as well.
Yep, and not all fighters do that. Some of them aren't ready for it. And tonight, Eric Priest was ready and then some. Cruising and rolling and looking good. 10 rounds in the books. Eric Priest.
Beautiful.
Showed out.
Has some flying colors, I think.
Good round for Eric Priest. Good work for the 160-pounder who wanted to make an impression, and he did that tonight. You hear the crowd still making noise for Priest. They're going to make a lot of noise when they announce his name. Because this one was a Priest shut out tonight. Tyler Howard, that's a tough dude right there. That's a tough veteran fighter from Tennessee. But tonight was all about Eric Priest getting his opportunity. One of the most stacked cards of all time. I'm not making that out. That's no hyperbole, the big SAT word, as every fight has a title on the line, including the highly anticipated rematch between Beterbiev and Bivol, February 22nd, live here on the home of boxing, DAZN. Also that night, Virgil Ortiz, Israel Madrimov, Shakur Stevenson, and Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. All right, let's hear the decision. That was easy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards, and here are the judges' totals. All three judges see it, 100 to 90. Your winner by unanimous decision. He is now the undefeated WBA Continental North America Super Middleweight Champion, Eric Priest.
Win number 15 for Eric Priest. Made it look easy. Gets that Continental belt around his waist. Helps him move up into the rankings. Great job by Joe Martinez, our ring announcer for tonight. As Eric Priest got the victory, representing Brickhouse Boxing. And there's Scrappy Ramirez. There's that selfie that he takes that you'll be able to see on the Golden Boy social media accounts. Pretty cool thing where the fighters take the selfie, they post it to give you the perspective what it looks like inside the ring after their victory. Let's look at the highlights for this fight. And it started off with Priest in control Fundora, and he was just doing whatever he wanted from the get-go.
Yeah, you see him dominating with the jab right away from the very start. And you see Howard just kind of eating those punches up.
This is a beautiful performance by Eric Priest. I would love to see him step up the competition and do this to the competition that he's going to step up against. Because this is going to make statement performances and show that you're top tier fighter as you put on performances like this.
Yeah, because when they make you the main event fight, we said it from the get-go, it's not if you win, it's how you win. He didn't get the knockout, but this was an impressive just deciphering and destructing and whatever he wanted to do in this show.
No, Howard was still a strong opponent, but I think Eric Priest passed with flying colors. He was flawless. His performance was really flawless.
Yeah, he cut him up. There's Javier Rosal, Golden Boy matchmaker. We got the fresh cut for Eric Priest. He knows that the model's there. Rosal got to come in looking smooth too. But don't let the looks fool you. Priest can fight, Alexis Rocha.
Priest can fight, yeah. He was boxing very beautifully, and this is a big step up for him, and he passed with flying colors. And he brought a great crowd out here. This is a Thursday night, a big crowd. He pretty much packed this whole place out.
Yeah, the crowd's electric, huh?
Well, I mean, that's another thing. Like, you know, if you're exciting, if you're fun, you're going to make some fans, and he made a lot of fans tonight. Look at the final copy box numbers for this one. Look at it. Just the jabs. Thank you to the workers at Copy Box. I was talking about the jabs. Gabriel was talking about the jabs. They got us only the jabs. Look at that. 29% of the jabs landing for him. Almost 300 jabs that he threw. Your coaches would love that. As Howard, not effective with his jab. He only landed 20 of them. Let's look at the fight card for tonight. We have 6 fights total. It got going with Leo Sanchez, got the decision. Jordan Fuentes got the decision. And then we got the KOs from Caden Griffith and Grant Flores. And then Jordan Panton. A tough one against DeAndre Pettis. So Panton got the victory in his Golden Boy debut. And, of course, the main event, Eric Priest getting the victory. All right, so a good night of action to Gabriela Fundora. What did you like the most about tonight? This was your first broadcast. What did you like?
I like seeing everything outside of the ring. You know, I'm not in the ring tonight, but I was able to commentate and see everybody's performance from outside the ring and kind of give my perspective on boxing tonight.
Oh, you did fun. I mean, you did fine. Was it fun?
It was fun.
Yeah. There's lots to talk for 3 hours, huh?
I love it.
Yeah. And Lex, of course, before we get to the piece part, it was the youngsters. We want to see knockouts. Caden Griffith, Grant Flores, impressive tonight for me.
Very impressive. They came out from the jump. They came out utilizing their jab. They came out utilizing their aggression. That's what you want to see. You want to see entertainers. You want to see guys that go out there and can take their opponents out.
Golden Boy Fight Night is all about developing young fighters, giving an opportunity for you, the fans, to discover them tonight. Because before you know it, they're going to be the Saturday night main events. They might be in Riyadh season, they might be in Vegas, wherever they might be. And if you want to put on a show, you want to get after it. Is Eric Priest one of those guys now, Gabriela, that you want to see more of?
Definitely. I think he put on a great performance. He utilized his jab, all his tools, his quickness on his feet, and I think Saturday night is right around the corner.
He put on a stellar performance, and I definitely want to see more of Eric Priest like this. Very, very, very boxed, very beautiful, had high ring IQ. I want to see him step up and use this ring IQ against them.
It's going to be a busy 2025 for Golden Boy. They're going to be in action everywhere. You'll see them on Valentine's weekend. You'll see them in Riyadh season. You're going to see them across the pond. Golden Boy has fighters everywhere. Good night of action here at Golden Boy Fight Night. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media account for all the behind-the-scenes coverage, and also the Golden Boy YouTube page to let you know what's going on with fighters when they're in camp. Alexis Rocha, great job tonight. The champion, Gabriela Fundora, great job tonight.
Thank you.
My goodness, unified champion, right?
Undisputed.
Undisputed, right? My bad. For everybody working behind the scenes, thank you guys so much. Great job in the production truck, directors, producers, replay, also Coffee Box. Thanks so much for helping us out tonight. For everybody behind the scenes and Oscar De La Hoya, I'm Bethel Duran. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Golden Boy Fight Night.